Yo, yo, get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. The Bears are back in the building with another electrifying episode of Monsters on the Madhouse, brought to you by Chicago Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Trax Hyde, and joining me today is a dynamic Brady bunch. That's right, we got everybody in the building. Oh my, with my dynamic co-hosts, D Nice, Brian Hendrick,
sir.
Brian Eldwell. If your name is Brian, welcome to the building, Brian Urlacher. And last but not least, D Plank. Fellas, we got a jam-packed show today, so let's dive right in. Woo! Let's talk about Chicago Bears increased sales ticket prices. No bueno, folks. No bueno. First up, the Chicago Bears have announced a 10% increase in season ticket prices for the 2025 season. This comes after a tough season with 12 freaking losses. The team started that this decision was made after evaluating market considerations and business decisions. This move has sparked a lot of discussion amongst fans and analysts, and us included. D Nice, how do you feel about this, brother?
I understand it. It's about business at the end of the day. I mean, let's not get it confused. Everything around us is regular people. Things are going up: gas, food, groceries. Everything's going up around us. So, eventually, these big time corporations and these other entities are going to go up as well. And another thing, I believe that this is another sign of change. We got a new coach, we got a new staff, we got a whole lot of new going on. So I think, that's opening up the fans' eyes to, a new beginning, bigger expectations. I think with the newness is going to come different results. In the past we were losing. Last year we lost 11, 12 games straight. I think, we're getting fans ready for, a new start. So I understand it. I can't say I love it, but I definitely it's the price of doing business.
Well, D Nice, we all know you're not a yes man, so I do believe it is a bold move, and raising prices after a 12th loss season, the fans, and myself included, are understandably upset. Brian Hendren, what say you, buddy? How do you feel about all this?
Well, I got a few things to say about it, and I'll try to be quick. Number one, I think it sucks. Number two, I'm 180 miles away. I'm only going to watch the game on TV, so them jacking up prices don't mess with my feng shui. But what I did do, snooping around, because I got a hunch this is kind of more to it than just the Bears raising prices.
Yeah.
I looked on the internet, and here's what I typed up to Google.
All right.
Any NFL team raised their ticket prices for 2025. And here's what I got. San Francisco Niners on January 14th this year announced they're raising their prices $60. That's every ticket jacked up $60 more. And if you want to look that up, that is on Facebook, 49ers Faithful. New Orleans Saints on Saints Wire, February 18th, say their prices are going up between 5 to 15%. That's every seat, every game. Detroit Lions announced on December 12th that 2025 ticket prices was going up 24%. That is from the Detroit Free Press and also on their ABC affiliate TV channel, which is, it sounds hokey, but it's WXYZ. And then also on Fox's sports website, I seen last year that, well, I guess it had been 2023, but announcing 2024. The Panthers, remember how crappy their record was? That's how the Bears got the #1 pick last year, increased their ticket price 4%. So this isn't something that just new to Chicago that they're doing. You can't blame, oh, because we got a high price coach or anything, or we want a new stadium. And my hunch is because streaming is becoming so popular that only X amount of people can fit in a stadium. If you increase it, 65,000 people, it's going to be for the rich that can watch the game in person. The rest of us minions will stream it.
Well, great point, guys. It's interesting to note that other teams like the Detroit Lions have also increased their ticket prices significantly after successful seasons. Some Lions fans have seen an overall increase of over 100% when including hikes for 2025. This raises questions about how teams balance performance and pricing. What do you say about that, Brian?
I mean, I'm in the same camp as Darius there. I mean, it's economics, essentially. The millionaires ain't going to take the hit. I mean, they're just going to keep passing it down. Like you
You're
said,
talking about the billionaires at this point, brother.
yeah,
The
the
owners are
billionaires. Yeah, the billionaires ain't taking that hit. But yeah, stadium you say stadiums aren't cheap. Neither is the coach. I understand it goes kind of against what Brian was saying, but at the same time, all them teams that he named off, I don't believe any of them have new stadiums, do they? So they're probably all future, funding them stadiums, regardless of their records.
No, they don't. That was my point. We
Yeah.
as Bears fans can't say, oh, because of the new stadium, that's why they're jacking up the price.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I just, I kind of just think it's millionaire or billionaires ain't taking that hit. I mean, it's just they're just always going to pass it down to the consumer, whether they like it or not. It's just, I mean, it's just the way it's going to have to happen, just to get this stadium built. Unfortunately, they're still dragging their feet. So, I mean, it's probably going to keep increasing, after it's built, because they were supposed to have something in place by the end of last year. When didn't they say they're going to break ground, put shovel to dirt by the end of 2024? So I mean, obviously that didn't happen. So they said every year that it goes on, it's just going to get more and more costly. So it's unfortunately it's just where we're at. I mean,
Yeah.
whether you want to go to the games or not, I mean, you're going to have to pay that premium.
No, that's true, Brian. For me though, the key difference between all of those, and for most of those, mostly, especially the Lions and the Niners up until this year, is they've had a successful season and seasons, which somehow justifies their increases. But for the Bears, after a 12-loss season, man, it's a tougher sell. And we're not talking to the owners tonight. We're talking to the fans, the people that actually watch us. The owners, they could give two shits about Chicago Sports Podcast and all the other podcasts together. They don't even know our name. So we're talking to people out there that are going to be sitting in front of the TVs, that are going to be sitting at the stadium eating $10 hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Denny Plank, I got to ask you, brother, how does this make you feel, buddy?
Well, it hurts the wallet, Trax. I do like to go to games. I don't get to go to very many. I only got to go to one last year, and this is probably going to keep it to one this year. But it really goes to what D. Nice said. It's all economics. I mean, we do have a losing season. The only other one that Brian mentioned was Carolina. They're obviously not going up, but our future looks better. We have a stadium that still needs to be paid for, and talking about building another stadium. So, I mean, I guess, like they say, it is inevitable. It really is.
And let me ask
we don't
you
have to like it.
And let me ask you this. How many times have the Bears in the last 5 years, how many losing seasons have the Bears had?
How many losing seasons?
Yeah.
All of them.
Right.
How about
Have you
let's
seen?
count the winning ones? How about let's count the winning ones
Hey,
before we
but I'm
count the
saying, but have
freaking.
you seen? Have you seen any empty seats in that stadium?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And the
That's
parking
exactly
lot
right.
stays packed too. So
Yeah.
it's not going to change, especially once
No.
the winter starts.
Chicago fans
Yeah.
like to travel though too. They could just see the game
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But for
Well,
me,
that's what
folks,
I ended up
the
going was
timing.
Indy.
For
Yeah.
me,
I went.
folks, the timing of the price hike is questionable, and it's crucial for the Bears management to consider the fans' perspective, just like they did when we told them to sell the team. But let's pivot over to the NFL salary cap increase because that is the good news, right?
Yeah.
Switching gears, this is how they do things. There's the yin and the yang. They're always trying to find a way to let all the bad news out. Like on AOL, it came out today. NBC, several different, at least a dozen sites I found about this, this increase and whatever. But let's talk about the salary cap increase. Switching gears to that, the NFL has informed teams that the 2025 salary cap will increase to a range between 277.5 million to 281.5 million. This is a significant jump from last year's 255.4 million cap over the past 2 years. The cap has increased by more than 53 million. This is great news for teams looking to make big moves in free agency, but as I noted last year, we noticed that there were some very significant positions, QB, receiver, they all hiked up. So it wasn't like the market stayed the same and all of a sudden, hey, they got extra money. It's like it leveled out and it stayed the same. You didn't get any extra with it. The receivers went way up. The QB skyrocketed. I mean, it pretty much levels it out. So it's not really like they're getting extra. And I had to get a little bit of insight from, our guy, what do you call it? Brad Biggs. And I asked him, I said, so I'm trying to do the math here, bud. What is going on? Are we getting an extra 20 million or what? And he goes, no, Trax. He goes, it's more like 6 million. And he goes, it's not just the Bears. He goes, it's all the NFL. And I'm like, yeah, well, I knew that much. But he goes, it is more significant than what we once thought, but it's everybody's getting around 6-7 million, give or take extra. So I mean that's a little nice. It's the numbers look like crazy when you first look at them, and they jump right out at you. But when you start to look at this, D Nice, what is it? What does it say to you? What does it mean to you?
Well, like I said before, that's another thing that's going up. And I think this will further encourage the guys upstairs to be prepared to drop a couple of bags on some of these high priced guys that are going to be available. Another thing, that's also going in if the Bears grab the right guys in free agency, is going to also influence these fans to buy tickets. So this thing goes hand in hand. But back to free agency, this gives us a better chance of landing our guys, the guys that we targeting. It's no secret that we need help in the interior front line, and we got the money to do it.
Yeah, we sure do. And it's interesting that you said that because I was this is what I kind of tried your approach, but it fell flat on its freaking face when I was talking to Brad. I says and I tried to counter with the coaching and all that. I said, so the Bears got extra money, and blah blah blah. I was all excited. He said cap space has not been an issue for the Bears for a long time, with the exception of 2022. Good players have been an issue. Same situation here. A lot of cap space. Need to find the good players. Can they do it? I don't know. Did it work at this time last year? Did it? Did it, Trex? And I said, no, it didn't. And he said, the thing is like, we just got to wait and see what happens. He said, same thing was said at this time last year, at this time in 2022, at this time in 2018. And I said, here's the deal. I said, well, we got better coaching. We got a better, all these kind of guys. This is an insider for the freaking Bears, right, man?
Yeah.
This ain't just you and me talking, He said it might be the right coach. We don't know yet. He's super impressive. He also knows the same thing was said about Waldron, Getsy, Eberflus, and Nagy's coordinators and Nagy himself. The remains to be seen is, you can polish a turd so many ways to Sunday, but the turd's actually got to show up and show out and show something. And until then, it's hard for the people that are watching us on the other side of this screen to be like, oh, I get it. I understand. We feel about the cost of business when now all of a sudden you got to leave Johnny with grandpa this time because he can't make it. Or all of a sudden, you worked hard all week and it's a photo finish to go to the damn game. And now all of a sudden, instead of 6 beers, you can only, have 4 and a couple airplane bottles, and you hope you don't get pistol whipped on the way into freaking, from security, or locked up in, freaking Papa Bear prison, it's a lot. It's a lot for guys to digest, man. A lot of guys that actually boots on the ground, go to the game. I mean, I was sitting in that. You guys remember when Justin Fields showed up and showed out against the Niners and it was a torrential downpour?
Yeah.
I was there. I'll show you guys pictures with my buddy Eric Melberger, who helps me set up all these, wires and all this stuff for the shows. And we were soaking wet, bro. I mean, the water was cascading down. And those tickets I paid $165 a piece for in the north end zone on the side where the Bears come out and all that. And I said to myself, my underwear is soaking wet. My socks are soaking wet. There ain't a dry bone in my body. This plastic, I might as well take it off because the only thing that it's doing is helping my beer from getting waterlogged, And I was like, I'm paying $165 for this. And then at the end of it, at least we won, So, yeah. But to hear that it's going up since then and to hear that it's going up again after that, it's hard, Brian Hendren. What do you got to say about all this, bro? I mean, what do you got to say about the projected cap space in the sense of, hey, do you see that it's justifiable to raise our tickets up an extra 10% so maybe they might or might not go out and get the right players?
Well, as a fan, I think it's total BS. As a businessman, I'm trying to make all the money.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat and be a conspiracy. I think it's kind of odd that they announced that ticket prices go up the same time that the cap increases. And was it yesterday or the day before? Oh, Netflix is interested in either buying Fox or NBC, or CBS, excuse me, so they could have daytime Sunday football. Huh. What did I just say a little bit ago about streaming?
Yeah.
Because right now, Fox and CBS, well, I mean, ESPN, as far as that goes too, and NBC on Sunday night, they get, some revenue, comes from football, but, commercials. With a streaming service, they're already getting money from the people that buys their streaming service, whether it's football or not. Talk about a big piece of the pie, and then you add whatever commercial revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you're getting into my notes a little bit later, but continue.
So, it's just everything is just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And once again, when you're the have-nots, you just, stand with your empty plate out and say, thanks.
I like what Foster Cover says. They're going to have us paying for every game. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for joining the show, showing up and showing out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video to everybody, guys. Let your voice be heard. Let them know about your community, man. Let's grow. This is a great topic to talk about, and we're reaching a lot of topics tonight. So, but speaking of free agency, one name that has been circulating is Trey Smith, the standout offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs. Reports suggest that the Chiefs are not expected to place the franchise tag or transition tag on Smith, making him a top target for teams like the Bears. And let me tell you guys something. This is what hurts my soul. Are you kidding me? We got Bears fans acting like they're pulling out money to pay for this guy. And they're like, oh, whoa. This is too much money. I'm like, are you freaking kidding? Now all of a sudden we're paying an extra 10%, but yet you're still worried about overpaying a guy that's going to protect our quarterback and make holes the size of Texas that we could freaking run through. Why are we worried about their money and how they spend it when they're not worried about our money and how they spend an extra 10% in ticket sales, guys? I'm telling you right now, let's go sign this guy. I'm going to be a greedy bastard while they are too. Let's go sign all the big fishes out there. Let's go get freaking Trey Smith. Let's go get freaking this guy right here. Hold on. Let me pull him up, dude. Let me pull him up. You guys got to see. You guys got to see this picture I've been showing everybody. This is amazing. Look at this guy. Are you kidding me? Let's get Myles Garrett in the blue and orange. Talk about a good-looking blue and orange right there, guys. Put him in here with freaking Trey Smith. Let's cook, baby. I ain't leaving no nickels on the table, man. I ain't leaving no nickels on the table, okay? D-Nice, what do you got to say about Trey Smith, man? Is he your guy?
Oh yeah, I mean he's definitely one of the guys. But it just goes on to like the whole topic of this thing. Everything is going up now. The difference is now I understand your question, your conversation with Brad Biggs, but the difference is at this time right now, the Bears are getting the consensus guy. You know, in the past, as far as the coach is concerned, you know, we've gotten guys and everybody around the league is shaking their head of the hire. You know, this time we paid a coach $13 million a year in Johnson, and he's the consensus guy. So in free agency, regardless of how much it costs, if this is the consensus guy, and this is the guy, this is one of the guys we need, we got to spend it. We have to spend it. You know, should be gone are the days of settling for less. You know, now it's a difference between settling for less and being, you know what I'm saying, efficient.
So that means you want Trey Smith, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I agree, man. I think Trey Smith would be a game changer for our offensive line. His performance with the Chiefs, guys, oh my gosh, it's been stellar. What is it, 655 freaking snaps without a freaking sack? And he played 67 of 68 games. I'm raising my hand. I hope my boss isn't watching, and he remembers, you know, this game, or not this game. It's not, well, you know, hide and seek for $1,000 a week is what they say at the steel mill, but that's neither here nor there. But I hope he doesn't remember the track record. I guarantee you that, 67 out of 68, that's a lot of weeks there. It's 68 weeks there, right? And I guarantee you, I missed one, and I sprinkled some, powdered sugar on it, and I made it look really nice, guys. I took a vacation day, But this guy, no days off, like 1 day off, that's it. Brian Edible, how do you, what do you think about this guy, man? It's a pleasure and honor to have you on. It's been a while. I love your communication with us. Please walk us through about this franchise tag, and is Trey Smith worth it for you, brother?
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. I love Trey Smith. I don't think they have the funds unless they it's Kansas City. I don't think Kansas City has the funds unless they somehow restructure Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think that he's going to do that again, honestly, because it takes the owners, they have to come out of the pocket to actually turn that into a signing bonus, and I don't know if they're going to do that. Is why. And do that for Trey Smith? I mean, they probably should, but they're not going to. So I think he's actually going to hit. I don't think they're going to tag him in any sort of way. I don't. The transition tag is probably a pipe dream for him. Because the way that's going to go is it essentially makes him like a unrestricted or a restricted free agent, and they got to match it, which he's going to get more than they're going to be able to match anyway. So it's kind of pointless. But Trey Smith is the guy that you need. If you're Ryan Poles, you've been overly criticized because you were an offensive lineman, that you've neglected this specific position long enough. You have to sign that guy.
Bro.
He even said on Hard Knocks when he was getting Caleb Williams, he's like, it's nice that I don't have to scout this position anymore. I got my quarterback, I can move on. Yeah, you got your right tackle, you can move on. Go to the left side, go to the center. You still have enough money to sign Drew Dahlman, get that center locked up, move over if another guard, if a left guard falls to you in the draft, say you get Campbell or somebody like that, that would be great. And if not, you can get one in the second round. Them guards are going to be there in the second round as well. But you have to get Trey Smith, or it's a miss in free agency. Trey Smith is the one guy that you can't leave free agency without. I
agree with you, Brian, for sure, man.
Yeah.
That's 100% accurate, man. I touch and agree with you on that. Now, Denny Plank, given that the salary cap is increased, the Bears have the financial flexibility to finally pursue a top-tier free agent like Smith. Do you think that this is a pivotal moment like Brian was talking about, in which you almost feel like there is like an inside and outside pressure for this to happen, bro?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want us to shut up about the 10% and the increase of ticket price, bring in Trey Smith, but he's a have to, and he's not a reach. This isn't a Pace deal, right? It's not like, we all know Pace reach for things. Bringing in, like, I only need one piece, and we don't just need one piece. Poles knows that. And Trey Smith, I agree with everybody. He's the one you have to bring in. I mean, Garrett, I know that's defense. Garrett would be nice, not necessarily a necessity, not like Trey Smith. And was that Dahlman from Atlanta, the center from Atlanta? I'd like to see him as well. I mean,
I would too.
My preference is to shore up that offensive line.
Right.
I think it's a fail if we don't. And I assume everybody else does too. It would simply be a fail.
No, listen, and I agree with you too. I mean, even though Dahlman missed 8 games last year, and you could see he was kind of favoring that foot that he had issues with when he was anchoring down and getting blown back and all that kind of stuff, he still does really well. Hey, and quite honestly, there's not many freaking guys out there like the center that I forgot his name. Jim Miller interviewed him, and so did Pat Kerwin today from Tampa Bay. I know. Help me out, D Nice. What's a center from Tampa
Graham?
Bay over there? I think it starts with a B. Somebody look
Barton Graham?
What?
I think it is.
Barton Graham?
Yeah, Barton. Yeah, Barton, dude.
Oh
my gosh.
Sorry, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to remind him of like several different plays, and they're like, I wonder if he remembers how much of a badass he actually was this year. And I'm like, it's hard to go out and nail and get guys like that. You know what I mean? But, Dahlman, like you said, it makes sense. He's a younger guy. I don't think the Falcons, can afford and pay for it. And quite honestly, he's not the best offensive lineman on that team. The left guard that helped freaking that guy right there, he's the best offensive lineman on the team, and he's been all pro 2 years in a row. I think I've watched a couple plays where he got blown up and that guard helped him out. You put, like you said, to your credit, you put, Dahlman right there with Trey Smith. Now you're cooking. You got a guy that can help him out. And I think he's going to need, until he gets it figured out. And I don't know if this is an often injured deal, because I know last year he had a trouble with a foot too. I don't know if it's the same one, but it seems to be with some of these offensive linemen. Listen, this is something you got to look at. With Trey Smith, back to that, you don't have to worry about that. 67 out of 68 games. Oh my, that's a lot, man. Freaking, 600 freaking snaps. That is unbelievable, man. So, like I said, let's turn to the list. Let's turn to the listeners. We want to let's turn to the listeners really quick and see what our amazing listeners have. We want to hear from them because we got 5 questions to ponder. What are your guys' thoughts about Bears raising season ticket prices after a 12-loss season? Let's see. I think I've actually got some of those in the chat. Let me go back up. Let's just start up at the top with the chat. We'll go to those 5. You know what? Let me get a couple more rattle off. How do you guys feel about the NFL salary cap increase as it impacts on the Bears' offseason moves? And would you like to see the Bears pursue Trey Smith in free agency? Let's see who's all out there in the chat before they. All right. James Childers. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play clear. Weigh the victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight. So, he's doing the whole song is what he's doing. Okay. I'm like, this sounds familiar. Does James do this a lot? What are we doing? He's doing it again. Okay. All right, James.
He's already the pride and joy of Illinois.
Right, James. Bear down,
he said,
James.
I think I might have botched the fight song up. I think I botched it up, James says, bear down, sheep plank. Green Bay still sucks. Sheep plank, bear down, James Childers, and the honey bear. She's up here seeing her hubby and his really nice Bears hat. I like that Bears hat, buddy. You got a little mood coloring back there, mood lighting back there.
Yeah.
Looks good, man. Looks good. Vizzo Joe says, bear down. She Plank says, bear down, gentlemen. She Plank says they should probably wait to prove the fans this new coaching staff is going to turn it around. The last couple years has been rough, and the Bears have a lot of fan support, sadly. Going back to, it doesn't matter what happens. It seems to be that's one thing is that they're always, and it goes with the Bulls too. I've heard, people talk about the Bulls not showing up and all that. She Plank says, bear down, Vizzo Joe. James Childers says, DT Honey Bear, Trax, D Nice, Plank, Brian, and other Bears family, wherever you may be around in the world, bear down 100. I love the pleasantries where everybody talks to each other. It's so nice, man. Trapakeepa says, sorry I'm late walking the dog. Man, Trapakeepa, where do you live? I ain't walking my dog. He can do laps inside the house. What's that?
Unless it's a husky.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I'm part husky, and there's no way I'm walking outside at all. I'm barely making it as a popsicle in my freaking garage. Let's go. She Plank says, bear down, Trapakeepa. Almost, man, we're about halfway through. Trapakeepa says, she Plank, bear down. Trapakeepa, Trax, bear down. Bear down, guys. Cheryl Childers. She usually gives us the scores if anything's going on out there. Foster Cover says, hope everyone is well.
Always.
Foster Cover says, when I was a young man, you could hit a baseball game for the day if you had 10 or 15 bucks, and a Bears game was 45 to 50 bucks for a day. Bulls and Hawks, 10 to 20 bucks. It's terrible. The fan, yeah.
And you probably could buy a Coke for a quarter.
Yeah, Coke for a quarter and get paid.
Man, things have changed, man. Things are different, man.
And get paid a nickel. But even though things are changed, we still appreciate Foster's cover.
And Foster, he smokes. You could probably pick up those pack of smokes for 50 cents.
Is that the one where I write the letter, or I get the letter written with the signature and I give it to the grocery store?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seriously, when I was a kid, I get cigarettes for my mom, and they was 35
I would too.
cents.
Really?
Well, I don't remember the price, but I remember carrying the note.
Oh, we didn't need a note. All you needed was the money. I had to get. I was always so short. I had to get a chair to climb up to reach to get the cigarettes because he had the carton and would just cut the edge of the gas station guy. He would cut the edge of it and grab there, put 35 cents on the counter and skedaddle. There was no questions asked, no show ID.
Yeah, the only problem is you better hope your mom isn't smoking Virginia Slims because you get bitch slapped at school for smoking girly smokes,
Yeah.
You can't switch it up on them. You can't switch it up once you got the note. Once you got the note with the signature on it, you're going to get the bitch smokes, the Slims, all that stuff.
As a 7 or 8 year old kid that went there by himself, I didn't care what the school kids thought.
Foster Cover says taxpayer bears got the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Foster Cover says she Plankster, Trappa, Trax, and everyone. I love Foster, man. He does a good job.
Yeah.
Foster says Viz Joe. Foster says James. Drop a keepa. Sub Foster. A lot of pleasantries, man. I love it. Foster says they're gonna have us paying for every game. Oh, I believe it, man.
Illinois, bear down.
It's amazing though. I've seen the Hawks go from TV to pay-per-view, TV and cable, now back on free TV as our Bulls and Hawks, not the greedy Cubs. Oh man, that's another show. Illinois Jones says, hit that like button. She Plank, bear down, Illinois Jones, another great listener, man. Philip, what's up, Phil? Bear down, boys.
Phillip.
Bear down, Philip.
That's another guy who's waiting in the wings to get on the show. Come on, Phil. We're ready for you, buddy. Pulls needs to fill some holes. I agree. Vizzo Joe says, I think the raise in ticket prices are indication that they are going to spend in free agency and spend in coaching staff already.
I hope so.
I hope you're right, buddy. I hope you're right for sure.
The coach's salary don't cost against the cap, though.
Illinois Jones says he's a great player, but 25 mil is passed over paying in his opinion.
Hey, when you're in the free agent line, overpaying is the name of the game. Everybody overpays when they're trying to win free agency.
That is a valid point, though. I appreciate his point. I mean, they see certain, markers and stuff, and, got to respect what they got to say.
Oh, definitely respect it. Definitely respect. I was just
we had a chance to talk. Let's see what they got to say. I mean, what I say, with me, everybody knows that I'm going to show some more nepotism to offensive linemen because I was an offensive lineman. I'm like, pay them more than the quarterback. But you know what? Nobody wants to, hey, let's hear it first. Let's see what the left tackle has to say after the game. Come on, dude. I ain't getting no freaking I'm not getting any freaking underwear sponsors, okay, unless it's freaking you know what I mean? So I'm not going there. But Vizzo Joe says Trey Smith played next to right at Tennessee. That's a big advantage to get him. Darius, what do you got to say about something like that, man? I like it when people bring that up, that Vizzo brought that up. We'll get back into the chat questions, but I want to pause with this one. I like what Vizzo Joe brought up. And our listeners are so intelligent, man. I really like how they put this together. He says, Darius, Trey Smith played next to right at Tennessee. That's a big advantage to get him. Would you say that would be something that the coaching staff and Dan Rushauer would look at that and say, okay, instead of putting Trey Smith in another position, we would go ahead and put him at the rightful position next to right?
Hey, listen, if they're smart, they would. I mean, chemistry is a huge thing amongst offensive linemen. It's not necessarily like, having the ability to move a man against his will is another thing, but chemistry is very, very important. It's very valuable when it comes down to five guys up front, all going at it for one goal. So it's a great thing, and I'm sure Mr. Rushar understands that. He's been coaching a long time.
Yeah, no, I agree. What about you, Denny? What do you think about this, man? You think it's a good move?
I'm sorry, you cut out. Think of what?
Do you think it's a good move?
Put Smith next to right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, familiarity, if nothing else,
Yeah.
I do. Strengthen up the right side. Right.
Now, Illinois Jones brings up a question. He says, you'd rather have Trey Smith than Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett. Am I alone? Send my ass to the loony bin with my grandma. So I don't think, wow, I didn't know your grandma was
all love the grandma.
Yeah,
I totally.
I was about to say, let's leave grandmas out of this. I'm sorry she's in the loony bin, man. I'll start praying for her that she gets out of there. But Illinois Jones, listen, buddy, I would love to have my cake and eat it too. I would love to have some Trey Smith and Myles Garrett. I said that earlier in the show. Maybe he's speaking about you gentlemen or something like that. I don't know, but for me, I know we need to attack both sides of the trenches, and if we could work it out, I do know Myles Garrett's contract for this year is $17.8 million, which is not bad at all. Next year, it jumps to $25.5 million. So that in itself is a hike, but you are getting somebody who played every game last year. You're getting somebody that had 14 and a half sacks. You're getting somebody where I actually was listening to, there is a defensive tackle, a top one, again, on, what do you call it, Moving the Chains with Jim Miller. They were interviewing this guy, defensive tackle from Texas, right? And they were talking about him going up against the left tackle and Kevin and all this and that and whatever. And but they asked him, who do you look at? And the first name that came out of his mouth, Myles Garrett. He didn't dance around and say, "Oh, Khalil Mack." I like to look at his vintage tapes from 4 or 5 years ago. He went right to freaking Myles Garrett right out the gate, guys. He didn't say no Micah Parsons, no nothing. And it just amazes me how many people think that he's either the one or the two. Now, I know somebody said earlier when I asked the question on the show earlier, and they said Watt is now the top guy. And I think that could be debatable because, it's like every year you look at Myles Garrett and he's got the same numbers every year, man. And to that point on that side of the ball, man, there's really not much that you could freaking, you go look at what the Steelers got. Oh my, as far as defense, you go look at what the Browns got. He's the one guy that say, I'm not worried about you, and you double teaming. I've got to double team Myles Garrett every damn play.
Yeah, I think here's the difference though, and I'm hollering at Illinois Jones on this one. Here's the difference. It's not that we would prefer Trey Smith over Myles Garrett or Michael Parsons. The thing is, Trey Smith is a person that we don't have to mortgage our future.
Bingo.
To acquire. After we have to mortgage our future and still be prepared to pay him.
And
and now compared to Trey Smith, we just got to throw some money at him, and he's a part of the club. Mm-hmm. The acquisition of someone like a Michael Parsons or Myles Garrett is going to take a lot more than that, and it may cost us our future. So it's not that we would rather have Trey Smith. I think he's more he's easier to get.
Yes.
More attainable.
With no draft capital.
You know what would be amazing, though, guys? If Ryan Poles had the foresight and looked at this, or maybe even had a discussion with Myles, who knows? Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? Because the NFL is really weird when it comes to stuff like this. Mm-hmm. You look at it, and you already know where I'm going with this. I know you guys are smart gentlemen. That, we've already got an extra second-round draft pick. Potentially, we might have an extra third-round draft pick. Did Ryan Poles strategically play chess while we're playing checkers and say, I want a little extra so I can have a better chance to go out and get the guy that's really going to make my defense change? Do you think that's a possibility, Brian? Brian, how do I say your last name, Brian? I'm sorry,
LB.
man.
It's LB, like an L and a B. Yeah, the second L silent. Yeah.
L to B. Okay, sorry, buddy.
LB. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. I'm a Ryan Poles guy. I love that guy. I liked him since the hire. I mean, he's just different than every other GM that we've ever seen come through here. He seems to always make the right move. He's a little emotional at times, but I mean, who wouldn't be? Sorry, it threw me off with that. But yeah, I mean, as far as like getting the Myles Garrett or something like that, I mean, D-Nice is, I mean, he's spot on with that. I mean, you're going to probably, I mean, if they're going to want the one, whether anybody's going to give it to them is, beyond me, but it's not worth it. And then they said Micah Parsons could possibly want $40 million a year.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at like 29 left. I mean, you should be able to get him and Trey Smith, but I mean, then you're done. I mean, you can't get anybody else. You can't
Brian,
get
is he setting the market with that?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They said he's probably going to require $40 million a year. I believe that's more than was it Nick Bosa's probably top right now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So look at this, guys. Look at this. Going back to what Brian
LB.
LB said. I'll get it, man.
You're good, man. You're good.
You watch my show. I murder everybody's name.
Yep.
Mine's so boring. I had to put tracks in the middle of it to make it kind of interesting. Okay, but I had to make sure it's at least 5 letters so I wouldn't forget it. Look at this stat right here, bro. Brett, to back you up, Brian LB, the Bears are the number 1 in first round draft picks to be successful, man. Starters. Number 1.
Yeah.
We always complain about polls and this and that and what we've had and whatever, but that's pretty damn impressive. Wouldn't you say, Brian Hellman?
Hellman.
Yeah.
Wrong last name. Just call me Mr. Brian. That's what I got on the tag there.
Mr.
To answer your question about did polls foresee this, I'm going to say yeah. I'm not saying he's Nostradamus.
Yeah.
But look how he handled the cap since he has been the GM. Now, I'm sure he didn't specifically, 3 years from now, I'll get Myles Garrett. But he systematically worked the cap to where they could get a player of Garrett's ilk. So, yeah, he did do that.
Well, wait a second. Let's back that up because I was listening to Pat Kerwin last week, former GM for 2 teams, and he said for the last 3 years he's been looking at, and this is what GMs do. Once again, you and me, Mr. Brian, are playing checkers while they're playing chess. Pat Kerwin made a good point. GMs don't think like you and I do. What they think about is 2-3 years down the road.
Yeah.
The left tackle and the outside tackles of 2026 are better. They're in the mid 90s. The 95 to 0 90 passer rating, overall rating for offensive line. So basically what they've been saying this whole like pre-draft is that they need to focus on the interior line and forget the outside. Focus on this year and next year get the outside. So he's thinking 2 years ahead, but he was thinking 2 years ahead 3 years ago. So
Exactly.
why wouldn't he think about Myles Garrett and the fact that he has been in a dead-end job, and he said that he never wanted to go. His goal in lot in life was not to become a Cleveland Brown and go straight to Canton, Ohio. He wants to win a championship.
You or I didn't make myself clear. I didn't say not get Myles Garrett. What I said was 2 or 3 years ago, Ryan Pace
Polls.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, Mr. Brian.
He worked the cap to where he could get a player of Myles Garrett's magnitude. It happened to be Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody that you
backed up what I said.
Right, but you did say Ryan Poles is probably thinking about this year, not 2-3 years down the road, about getting a guy like Myles Garrett. He very well could have been, actually. He might have been targeting him.
I said 2 or 3 years ago when he first became general manager, he wanted specifically Myles Garrett. Getting a player of that, whether it was Myles Garrett or, I don't know, Sauce Gardner. Whatever position, getting a top player of that position. Yeah. That's how I meant to say. Now, I may not have worded it right, and I apologize for that, but that's how.
No, you're good. Yeah, and what's interesting is at some point he's going to have to let loose of some of these strategies because, quite honestly, it's starting to shape up. And if he nails this draft, we're really going to start to reconsider about what his approach has been because year one, I mean, you and I have talked about this at nauseum, Darius, about how the first year was a wash. He had to turn player capital into draft capital because we were in cap hell, what he got from Ryan Pace, Mr. Brian.
He come out of that one with almost twice as many draft picks as he went into it with.
Right.
Yeah, he just kept turning back.
Yes.
Yeah. He that first year, he turned dog crap into gold.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like going what Brian was saying, he was looking when he come into this job, Poles was looking 2, 3 years ahead of where we're at now. He
Yes.
knew then I've got to get this cap under control and these players under control.
Yep.
And took a lot of criticism in doing so, but he had to set the foundation for what we are seeing today. That
Yeah.
And what about
foundation had to be solid.
and what about
Maintaining cap flexibility has been one of the best things that Ryan Poles has done since he's been here.
yeah.
I agree. I
When he
agree.
went out and got Keenan Allen for a discount, because you look and see what the receivers are worth now. Not to mention, he went and got Roma Dunze, and and where are we lacking most? Well, okay, a lot of people will say left tackle, get Braxton Jones out of there, but if you look at the numbers, he's not the worst. He's
No.
about mid-grade through the whole NFL. And it'll be interesting to see if he goes out and gets a veteran left guard and, goes out and get obviously in Trey a veteran right guard. If he does that and then he goes out and gets some, it'll be interesting to see because that veteran left guard will help Braxton Jones out the same way I was talking about that center that you want to get in Dowman will be helped out, with a left guard. So it'll be interesting to see the way he plays this and the cat magic that he's done. Like to Darius's point, the whole thing of it is it's just amazing. It's a masterpiece at what he's doing. And I'm even interested at where it's going to be at in the whole running back deal, because if we go out and land this, like it could be ridiculous. And I already know, Darius, we're going to do a really nice mock draft. And Darius, we'll see what if you get your guy at 10, okay? Because
I listen. I've never hid my love affair, for lack of a better term, for Ashton Genty. But I also respect guys like Mari Hampton. But I do feel like after that, there's a major drop off,
Yeah.
from the other backs. Now, this is a heavy back class, and it's some good guys in there. But I think Genty and Hampton are the best of the best in this draft.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hide from that.
That's the great thing about this staff. I mean, so far on paper, this coaching staff, they're so much better. And having a good staff that can teach and develop players, you don't need to get the absolute cream of the crop. It's nice when you can get them or get afford them, but it's not a mainstay because number one, you're not going to have all pros at every position. That's just you can't afford it. And that's a beautiful thing about football is because it takes all 11 guys working as one. So having a ton of Pro Bowlers at their egos, they can't get through the locker room door, as opposed of 11 guys that is willing to give 100% and work as one. I'll take that lesser talent for the hard workers.
yeah. But at some
Absolutely.
point, they will turn into Pro Bowlers eventually if they play the way that you're
That's
talking
true.
about. So I think at that point, it's who you are and not what you turn into as far as like your stats and your accolades and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we saw it with the 85 Bears. To this day, they're still as humble as can be. And a lot of the guys we actually interviewed from the very beginning, I was just like very amazed and impressed at how humble and awesome and genuine they are, man. It's really refreshing to be around these guys. Where was I at? I think I had a question for the chat. Do you guys trust Ryan Poles to make the right decisions this offseason? It's funny because, Darius, you could call me out right now, but you're being a gentleman about it because you knew how I was with Ryan Poles just a couple months ago, wasn't it? When I just had that rant and I went off on Poles and how quickly it has turned because of a couple things that have changed in that direction. And I want to say a lot of it has to do with the coaching staff. So back to the chat, do you guys, did that change your mind, chat, about Ryan Poles hiring the right coaches in everything, as far as the number one, draft pick of all the freaking coaches when we got Ben Johnson and the number one defensive coordinator when we went and got Dennis Allen. All these things are lining up. Did he help earn your trust back when that happened, or did you guys already kind of have it? Let's see what they have to say in the chat. Where are you guys at? I don't think we would need to give up as much as you think for Garrett. We'd have to give up more for Parsons. I did see Illinois Jones, and I reported this a couple days ago, that they set the actual bar, and they were saying that potentially it would take a first-round draft pick and a second-round draft pick in order to get Myles Garrett. And that's only because he's got 2 years left on his contract this year and next year. So it's
They
not
also
as
said we
much
get a
as
first.
we would. It's not as much as we would think.
They also said we get a first for Fields.
What's that? Are we comparing Fields
man.
to Myles Garrett?
Nah,
Just saying,
what he's saying
their
is-
expectations of the two.
No,
He's
it
saying-
wasn't the Bear. Hey, listen, we're not talking about the Bears fan base. We're talking about
Yeah.
the NFL Network that set the
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
the
Mel
bar
Kiper's
for
the
how
one
much-
that said that. He
What's
was talking
that?
about eight of
I know
Atlanta.
where he's going, though. I understand where he's. I
Yeah.
know understand exactly what you're saying, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Hey, it's somebody always has to throw Fields into it. You know what I mean?
Hey, but check this out.
And that we didn't
that
even get to hear from a fan yet before it happened.
question-
What's up, D Nice?
the question that you had about Ryan Poles, it's gonna be some guys that's gonna get back on the bandwagon of being upset with him after this offseason. Because I got news for all Bears fans that think otherwise. He's not going to OD in free agency just on offensive line in the draft. It's not just going to be strictly offensive line. We have other holes, but he's going to make sure he shores up the trenches, but he's not going to OD. I don't think ODing is necessary. So you guys get ready to jump back on that train of saying he sucks and needs to be fired, because he's not going to do what you think he's going to do.
Well, we got to wait to see how the free agency plays out and the draft. We can't jump. You know, when free agency is over, we still got the draft, right? So we got to see how the dust settles. And then remember, guys, he still made moves after the draft. Undrafted, you know, players and all of that, and move some stuff around. And then that's where some of the rosters start to settle and the players drop off. And then you go out and you go restructure your roster by seeing where all the table scraps fall. Illinois Jones chimes in. He says it's 50-50 with Poles. Vizzo Joe says if Poles starts hitting more draft picks, it will be because of Ben. I think that's an interesting point, and that's something that I touched on a couple days ago, Vizzo Joe. He was never able to bounce anything off of anybody that was worth their salt. Ben Johnson has been around for 3 years.
Too bad he didn't have a 2x4 close by.
So back to your point, Vizzo Jones, I really appreciate what you're saying. And I think the thing of it is he actually has people to bounce stuff off of. He has Ben Johnson. He has Dennis Allen on the defensive side of the ball. Whereas before, he had freaking Eberflus. You know, he had a guy that was sent out from the feds that was his potential defensive coordinator. I mean, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on, you know. He had Getsy and all this stuff, and a guy that Waldron didn't even review tapes with Caleb. I mean, how can a guy in Ryan Poles go to these guys and say, who would you get? Who should I? You're not just doing that on your own. You have to fill the needs of what the coaches are doing, because ultimately it falls on the coaches, and you put it together as what they said. This was a buzzword, collaborative effort.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that they have coaches in the building that have been successful, and if it all works out, he actually has somebody to bounce off of instead of just himself, you know?
Yeah, because it was the blind leading the blind for a couple of years, man.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
they couldn't
remember,
even pick
he's
a
a
good coaching
rookie
staff.
general manager. He's a rookie general manager.
All right, something else the past couple of years. What was the identity of the Bears?
Who knows?
They didn't have one.
They didn't even know.
Failing.
Bingo. So
That
how the
punter
hell
was
could he
excellent.
go to anybody and ask them what is it that you need? They didn't know.
Yeah.
But I think
No,
that's
they-
the
says
way it's supposed
exactly
to go.
Vizzo
Now.
Joe. He agrees with Vizzo Joe. Trapakeepa does. Illinois Jones says bad trades. There is, well, I do believe that there is one that's still paying dividends, and we got a nice receiver out of it and some draft picks that we're still talking about to this day that's going to be in this draft. So I have to
Marcus Sweat
disagree
wasn't
with
bad
Illinois
either.
Jones.
Everybody, all the GMs make bad trades. They all make mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, go back and look at freaking, one of the best of all times, if not the best, in Bill Belichick. He freaking did terrible in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Awful. He did awful in the draft picks. He did not nail. I mean, honest to God's truth. Go look at it. It is freaking amazing. When I looked at it, I'm like, he really did make freaking chicken salad out of chicken shit, man.
I'll give you another one. Howie Roseman, the general manager
Oh,
for
yeah.
Philadelphia. Didn't he draft Jalen Rager ahead of Justin Jefferson?
Yep.
It
Yeah.
happens,
Oh,
fellas. And Howie's considered the general manager of the league now.
Now,
He just won a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
now, a couple years ago or whatever, they were talking about him being gone as well. But yeah, he
Well,
turned things around.
I love that point that you made, Denny. That's very important, that now versus then, because we might be looking at the same thing. Good point, Mr.
Absolutely.
Plank.
Absolutely.
karma is fickle.
Yes, it is. As they say, winning changes a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Kansas
Yeah,
City how Kadarius Tony's doing.
Bingo.
Illinois Jones says Eberflus and his staff were too weak to take Jalen Carter. That's a crime. I agree. At first, I was like trying to coddle and be with that moment and be like, okay, that was the right decision. We don't know how it's going to be with all of that and the implications of discipline and all that. But honestly, if you flip it on its head and say, I can take these characters on and I'm willing to do that and make it work, that shows a lot about you. And that's what showed a lot about the Eagles organization, man. Hats off to them, because they got a bona fide dog over there, man. That was a great call by them.
Yeah.
The thing about
full of vets.
The thing about Carter is, though, and I'm not Illinois Jones, he's on top of things. So I'm not contradicting him. But what I'm getting at is we weren't the only team that passed on him. Detroit
Right.
passed on him. And they were actually set up to be able to mentor him, do what Philadelphia did. Illinois Jones is not wrong. It would have been nice to have picked up on him. But and he's right. It's an inept coaching staff is why we felt we could not develop Jalen Carter. But I do want to keep it in perspective. We were not the first team. Was there 9 other teams that are 8?
Exactly.
We were in 9 and moved to 10 and got right. So there were 8 other teams that passed on him as well. I'm not saying Illinois Jones is wrong. He's not. It's a weak ass coaching staff. But we weren't the only team that passed on him.
And
For sure.
And to be honest with you, that was one of the best moves Eberflus made, because he was honest. He was honest with his assessment of himself.
Yeah.
And he was honest with the assessment of that team at that point. You can't bring a guy in the locker room like that. You know what I mean? Because it's already a dumpster fire. But then, you bring a guy in like that, can't nobody control him. It turns into a shit show. You're going to draft him and he's going to be gone in 3 years. And then what?
Well,
You're
and
doing
Eberflus
him a
could never hold
disservice as a
anybody
player.
accountable anyways. He just wanted to be everybody's friend. And
That's
at the
what
end of
I'm
the day,
saying.
it don't matter whether you got good behavior or bad behavior. At the end of the day, Eberflus didn't want to do a job, and he didn't want to be the boss, and he didn't want to call people out. And, and that's the one thing that I like about guys like Antoine Randall that's hired. for everybody that is new to him, he is a guy that will get in your face that he did, like he's done before with the Detroit Lions. And the same can be said for Eric Bieniemy. These guys will call your ass out. And the same thing with Dennis Allen, man. They ain't no chumps. They are ready to get in your freaking face. So had we been able to do this year, I think absolutely we'd be able to take Jalen Carter. And to piggyback off of what, about what Plank said earlier, yeah, there was 8 guys that passed, but how many of them need defensive linemen? So, you dwindle it down to maybe 1 or 2, whatever. So maybe 1 or 2 guys passed on him because of attitude or whatever. The numbers aren't inflated, but I would challenge that even those guys probably had better coaching staff that could help this young man out and make him to what he is with the Eagles, man. I'm glad he landed on his feet. I'm glad he's doing good. And I hope for damn sure we could find a guy like him in the draft. That'd be fantastic, guys, because we need some interior defensive linemen like that guy.
And I think every team would need a guy like that. Can't no team really afford to pass up a talent like that,
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those guys. So, saying that, other teams didn't need it. Nah, you always need a guy like that.
Hey, you know how much I love Lance Briggs, and he did a little something with a speed car one time, and
I remember that.
We didn't get rid of him, and he landed on his feet okay. Trapakeepa says, but Patriots always had a gang of picks and win championships. Oh, yeah, they won championships for sure. Vizzo Joe says, Poles is getting experience on the job, like E40 says, in order for me to do some good, I had to do some bad. Hey, with Vizzo Joe, are you West Coast, bro? Illinois Jones says Lions wanted Gibbs and wanted Gibbs and traded back for him. I like that.
They traded back at all, did they?
Huh?
They trade back at all? I thought they took him at like 6 or 8.
Nah, they picked him at 12.
Oh, picked him at 12.
They had 2 number 1 picks that year. They got him and Campbell.
They sure did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah, Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie Davis says, bear down. Hey, Kylie, I think this is the first time I've seen you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell.
Daughter.
We appreciate you showing up. Is somebody talking right now? I'm sorry.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. She's my daughter, my youngest daughter.
Oh, okay.
Bear down, baby girl.
That's awesome, dude. You got your daughter showing up, dude. Plank, you're traveling well. So do all you guys. You guys always got somebody in the chat, man. This is great. Trapakeepa says, we got a shit show now, so what's the difference? What is he talking about? I thought we're looking pretty good with the Bears. I thought we were all things are moving up. He's saying the bottom's falling out.
He was very optimistic.
When did I get this? I didn't get the memo that the bottom was falling out. It's, as far as I could see, it's off season and it's 0-0, baby.
And we're 1-0 against the Packers this year.
1-0.
And lost the game in 25.
Yeah, not at all. Can't say that for the rest of the division.
There you go. Vizzo Joe says Eberflus was more concerned about nicknames. Yeah, for sure. And the hits philosophy gave us the shits. That's what he gave us. So I'm sorry,
it's
man.
So
I don't know how old...
now. So
I thought you told me I had to
now.
watch my language.
He's over churching it up.
Illinois Jones says I'd trade up Mason Graham 10 and a 4 and a 5.
No.
Vizzo Joe says, yeah, Cali, baby. Same here. I was actually born at the same. Well, it's funny because when I interviewed Jimmy Mack the first time at Bridges Scoreboard, he told me that he was born at the same hospital I was born in. So that was pretty cool, man. From Central Valley. San Joaquin Valley is actually the name of the valley. So cool, Vizzo Joe. Trump 2024. Did you guys see the Bears act? City will help with the stadium of course, we're helping with the stadium too, Trump. We're giving 10%. and putting that little extra in the collection plate, apparently. City will help with the stadium if the Bears have 3 to 5 winning seasons next 5 years. If they don't achieve, owners have to pay with no state help. Huh. That's interesting. I haven't read that, but that'd be cool if it worked out.
Wait a minute. They'll fund a stadium, and then if you have winning seasons, they'll stop the fund. What are they going to do? Tear down the stadium?
Yeah, they're not starting in 5 years.
They're going to repo the stadium.
Yeah.
Playing grass or whatever.
Parking lot is now gravel. Yeah.
Here comes the mulch. Turn it around. Turn it around. No mulch for you. No mulch for you.
Somehow I just see, I don't know, a Goodwill store getting demolished so they can play football or something.
Trapakeepa says at this moment about Carter.
Yeah, he was explaining the shit show comment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Trapakeepa. I was like, dude, what the heck?
That's awesome.
Illinois Jones, bear down, baby plank. Visalia, California, Mooney Boulevard, baby. I went to Mount Whitney. I went to Mount Whitney. I went to Crestfoot. 3548 West Evergreen, Visalia, California, baby. That's where I'm from.
Is that Northern California?
Yeah, Visalia. The guy said he's from Visalia. That's where I'm freaking from, dude.
Yeah, I was asking if it was northern or south.
No, it's Central Valley.
Okay, Central Valley. Okay.
Yeah, San Joaquin Valley, Central Valley, Visalia, California, dude. Mooney Boulevard. He knows all about this stuff. I'm telling you, watch. He's going to go nuts in the chat. It's crazy. Oh, man. I mean, it's a small place. It was like when I was in the Middle East and I ran into my buddy, Mike Pesos. He was a Marine, right? And he had his hat down like this. And I'm coming across the Mina Solomon Pier. And all I could see was like this part of his face, chiseled freaking chest and all this stuff, freaking, really nice cheekbones and all this stuff, nice jawline. And I said, all the girls, he played football, baseball, he was a stud. I said, Mike Pesos? And he looked up, he goes, Brandon Hyatt? And I'm like, bro. And then we brought it in, bro hugged and stuff. It was cool. 10,000 miles away, guys. We're on in the middle of where everybody looked different, including us, because he's in a different uniform. And then everybody else was wearing long robes and stuff and smelt and rode camels. And it was crazy. Illinois Jones says, I live on Crestwood. Well, I think that's, you might as well, you're from the same neighborhood, bro. Same thing. We're good. It's a small world. My kids go to Crestwood. Oh my gosh. I'd love to take some pictures, man. I want to see Crestwood, see if it's the same. I feel so bad for those teachers, guys. Oh my God. For the hell I put them through. What positions do you guys think the Bears should prioritize in the upcoming draft? While they get their comments, I want to start up from the top left. Brian Elbow, who would you like to get in the draft? Where would you prioritize, brother?
Currently, right now, I'd probably start at guard or something like that. At Will Campbell, I think he's listed as a tackle, but I think once they get his arm measurements down or out the combine, I think they're going to come in under 33 inches, which is probably going to push him at guard. So if he falls, take him. It really just depends on free agency, honestly. If you get Trey Smith, you got a little fluctuation there. You might be able to get the nicest guy, Aston Genty, at 10, which would be awesome, assuming you get your guard and your center in free agency. I like that guy, Prince. I can't pronounce his last name. He's at Ole Miss. He's a defensive end. He's solid second rounder. Yeah. And you got that guy that killed the Senior Bowl, that dude from North Dakota State.
Yeah.
He's like Greg
Staples.
Yeah, something like that. Those would be solid second rounders.
Hey, Brian, not to cut you off, sir, but listen to this. When Jim Miller was there, he said that everybody believes, even though he could play all positions, Zabel, right, Mr. Z?
Yeah.
He believes that guy actually will be a bona fide center and one of the best. When all the dust settles, he believes he'll be a center.
He was on his radio station. I was listening to Sirius XM. He did say that he would take him straight up at 10. So he really believes in that guy, Jim Miller.
Jim Miller?
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
straight up on that show, on his radio show, that he'd take him at 10.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Brian, you know that's our co-host, right?
Jim Miller.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we do all live shows with him, bro. We're going to be working at the casino together. We got a minimum of 4 games.
That's
So,
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we got all the stuff down when he was down there in what do you call it? My brain's frozen, so are my toes. This is getting really
Senior,
bad. Down in Alabama, Mobile, Alabama,
during
for
a
the
Senior Bowl.
for the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Mobile, Alabama. When he was down there, he sent me a bunch of pictures and stuff, and I was sharing them with everybody in the chat. Darius got to see it and everything. I think, Plank, you might have came at the tail end of it, or you might have been able to see it. I don't know. But, yeah, man, it was really cool, man. And then he had just prior to that, he watched confetti drop at the NFC Championship. They got him bouncing around like a BB in a beer can. He goes from Philly, then he goes to freaking Mobile, Alabama. Then he drives 2 hours to go to NOLA for the Super Bowl. And now he's getting ready to go down to Indianapolis for the freaking combine, man.
Combine.
Yeah, he's living the dream, man.
I'll be
So
there Saturday.
what's that?
I'm going combine Saturday. I already got my ticket.
Oh yeah. So hey, like I said, I'll give me your email. I think I might already have it. I'll exchange emails. Heck, he probably give you his phone number. Well, you know, but you guys will connect or something and get together,
that'd be
do
great.
something. Maybe even some drinks later on. So yeah, man, you might not even recognize him. He's down like considerable because he's got to get a hip
really?
replacement and all that
Oh, I
stuff.
hate
You know,
that. Yeah.
what's that?
Said I hate that for him. My wife, she's does physical therapy, so I understand what he's going through.
Yeah, I guess the way that the hip that they put in there, I'm not sure. I talk to so many of these guys, you
Yeah.
know, I cross stories all the time, but I think his hip, or maybe it's Doug Plank, his hip is, the new ones are made out of plastic,
Yeah.
and I think he's got a metal one in there, and he's got to replace it. He's already got a hip replaced, and they've got to replace it again because the metal's messing with his blood or something. It's crazy. But anyways, getting back to your picks, man, they're very valid picks. I like them. The next guy on the list is me in the middle before I pass it on to Mr. B, because I want to give my pick too, guys. I want to get at least an offensive lineman in the first round, and I would like to go, depending on how the free agency goes, I think we're going to get an offensive lineman, maybe 2, potentially. I would like to go defensive lineman interior on the second round, maybe even back to back, but depending on where a safety falls, I might even, go in the second round for a safety. So that's what I would like. What about you, Mr. Brian? What are you interested in getting, buddy?
Okay. With me, I'm sick and tired of Chicago being 3rd and 2 and they can't get a first down. And on defense, I'm sick and tired of having a team 3rd and long and they end up getting a first down. So my first couple of picks, I would like a left guard. I like Tyler Booker out of Alabama because
Baby.
because he's a bulldozer.
Yes.
And I realized Mason Graham is like the top of the heap as defensive tackles, but that Grant from Michigan is very good. And I also like that Alfred Collins for Texas. I believe he was ranked number 2 behind Graham in stopping the run. And the Bears definitely need help with that. So that would be my first 2 rounds.
What'd you say his name was? The defensive tackle from Texas?
Alfred Collins.
Yes, that's the guy that they interviewed, Jim Miller interviewed, and he said that his guy is Myles Garrett that he looks up to,
Okay, yeah, he's like 6'4", 6'5", 315, and he runs like a 4.95. So, I mean, for a big man, he's can move. But, yeah, I think he was number 2 right behind Garrett or Graham in stopping the run. And that's for the NCAA across the board. That's not just SEC or Big Ten crap. That's all college. Definitely, the line. I would also at some point I don't know if I would do it with the first 3 picks, but you have to think about safety for the simple fact Brisker with concussions, uh, Kevin with his age, and Owens, who wasn't a bad backup, but you only got him for 1 more year. And if you use him as a cat casualty, that saves you $1.8 million. So I think safety would be important as well.
What about you, Mr. Plank? Hey, before I go any further and I ask Mr. Plank, I apologize for, cursing like a sailor in front of your daughter, sir. That's
She's my youngest daughter is damn near 30. You're fine. There's
okay.
nothing
Well, I felt
that she
for what
hasn't
it's
heard
worth, I
from
feel
me
bad.
or she says herself. She's does not her ears are quite up to tune.
Quite seasoned.
Hey, I came to confession and now my heater works. Yes.
Yeah.
Hour and 20 minutes.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. All right, Plank. Hey, listen, buddy. What do you got to say about unfrozen toes and what do you want in the draft, bro?
Well, I don't have names like you guys do, and so I hear so much about you don't take an offensive lineman in the first round. Okay. So I don't know it like that. I look at it as you take the person that I don't know, honestly. Is it going to be best player available at that time for a needed position? I think that if you have that stud lineman, take him. If you have that stud D lineman or edge, take him. I, I know, sorry, D Nice, I don't want to see running back at 10, unless, of course, it's exactly what you said, unless we address those areas in need in free agency. But that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. And it was well thought, great execution plan. Poles, if you're listening to all these gentlemen, please take notes. Now, last but not least, the cream, I almost said crime. The cream always rises to the top. Mr. D Nice, what is your dissertation, Mr. Sir? What would you like, brother?
I'd like to see, the Bears either draft either Hampton or Genty, wherever they draft them at. Second round, grab a guy like Donovan Jackson at guard from Ohio State. I like the defensive tackle from Kentucky, Deion Walker. I also like the tackle, Hollis Pierce from Rutgers. Gray Zybel is another guy that I would like to see the Bears grab. And
Wait. Back up. Who did you say? What position? Hollis Pierce?
Tackle.
Okay.
Yeah. Nick Imanori from South Carolina at safety. If he's available in the second round, I think we should go for it. I also like Darren Harmon, Shamar Stewart. Darren Harmon is a defensive tackle from Oregon. Shamar Stewart is the defensive end from Texas A&M, and Landon Jackson from Arkansas at end.
Okay.
These are guys that I would hope the Bears, target. I know we probably won't be. I know we won't be able to get all these guys, but in the first 3 rounds, if we get out of there with someone like Donovan Jackson, Hampton or Genty, and somebody like a Deion Walker or Derek Harmon, or even like one of the defensive ends, I'm satisfied. I ain't got to watch no more.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you got your list in front of you, and it sounds like a good one, buddy. Again, Mr. Poles, I know the man is saving Delta as we speak, but money talks, buddy. If you want a guy in the building that can answer and make all your headaches go away, D Nice is available as long as you don't mess with him on my watch, bro. Illinois Jones says trade up for Graham. Illinois Graham says that was unrealistic. What I said. Jeff Rohr, wrong move, bad economy coming. People will do without because they'll have to. He's definitely living up to his last name in Rohr. I'll tell you that.
Tell you what, if you
ready
want
to sell some stuff on eBay tonight, guys.
Y'all want to watch a killer YouTube video, check out Cam Scatterboo. That dude is a train. You get serious Mike Allstott vibes from that guy.
Dude, I
mean,
love Mike Allstott. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm telling you, check out Cam Scatterbury. You're gonna love him. I mean,
I'm
it's not
Yeah,
feasible that he doesn't
Runs heavy,
fit
man.
he
Runs
doesn't
heavy,
fit in
man.
our scheme, but man, you're gonna love him. You're gonna
He
draft
runs
him in
heavy.
every dynasty league
Oh,
you're in.
that Arizona State Texas game was a hell of a game, and that
Yeah.
guy
Jeez.
just from beginning to end.
Yeah, I mean he's off the rails. I mean the dude is. I mean he hits heavy. I mean he
Yeah.
plays like a rugby guy. I mean just hard.
Well,
I
there's
think-
some guys that the size, the 40,
Yeah.
it don't do any justice. The bad thing about that is it don't measure a person's heart or their will.
No.
And I mean that guy, you just see every chance he had the ball, he gave 100%.
Yeah. He's only 214, but man, he runs a
Yeah.
lot thicker.
I think
Yeah.
he's gonna be more like a Rex Burkhardt than Mike Allstott, though.
Yeah.
Dude,
He could be. Yeah.
I like Scatterbo. The only thing that concerns me is somebody said he's got like 2 concussions, and I don't know if I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lining himself up for a couple more the way he runs.
Yeah, it's his style of play.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very
Yeah.
gritty guy, man. He's a football player, man.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
yeah,
really
yeah.
quickly, really quickly to wrap up today's show. Let's have some fun with an interactive mock draft. We'll present different scenarios, draft scenarios, and we want you, our viewers, to tell us who the Bears should pick or if they should trade up or down. So let's get started. And we're also going to use our panel because I feel like we've got the best panel in all of Podcast Nation to make this happen. I think we've got a really good balance here. Mr. B, he looks like he's got a coaching hat on. I think he's ready. He's even got one of them he's got one of them mics like he's on the sideline, bro. So we're going to get on him. We're going to get on Plank and Darius. He's going to keep us in between the guardrails. And Brian, we already know you want Scatterbo, so that's a done deal. So that's a done. You say All-Star. That's all I needed to hear, baby.
Yeah, just put him on big old shoulder pads, man. Line him up.
All right,
Yeah,
so
for
let's
Illinois
let's
Jones, man. Yeah, that tackle from Missouri is pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he really is. Yeah. So is Kyle Williams. If you're looking for a wide receiver in the 7th, he's probably going to fall down there anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if we take a wide receiver in the 3rd or 4th, man, to be honest with you. But the market's going to dictate, like you guys are saying, the market, the free agent market is going to dictate a lot what goes on in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. We got to go all? No, that's wrong.
Nah, just pick the Bears, I think, yeah. And go fast.
We're going fast, baby. That's
I was
what
going to
she
say,
said.
I don't want to be here till 2:00 in the morning.
No, I could not.
Yeah, you do. Stop.
All right,
Hey.
you got me.
Hey, well, it's better than them infomercials in your lazy boy, bro. Hey, can you guys see? He's like, that's debatable. Can you guys see this mock draft?
Yeah.
Can you
Yes.
see me still?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Which is
All right.
making this even better. Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to talk to me like that, it's Mr. B to you also, pal. All right, here we go. Woo, baby, that was fast. All right, so with the first round, 10th pick, Denver wants to trade us 20, 51, and 121. We've got 19 and 53 with Tampa. I'm not mad at that. 19 and
No,
53.
not at all.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot better than 20, 51, and 121.
Yeah, it depends on who's there.
Although Denver might have actually caught my attention, boys. That's
Right.
only one more pick away, and we're closer at 51 than 53, and we get a 3rd pick.
Yeah, I like that one.
Can I get
Yeah.
a consensus here? Is anybody indifferent?
No, I would go with the Denver one.
Not with the names available now.
Oh, yeah, because you don't see Scatterbo yet. I understand. Okay, here we go.
No, I mean if like somebody fell like Graham or Campbell, I mean you take them people and then
Well, hey, just so you know, Ashton Genty is available, Darius.
That's
At
okay.
10.
That's okay.
Banks
Okay.
is the most intriguing one to me.
All right, Darius.
I like that. I like that package because remember, I said Hampton is either him or Hampton.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
That
I just
package
wouldn't be
Denver is
doing my
offering.
due diligence, buddy, if I didn't let you know that Ashton was available before we made this trade.
Yeah, I like that what Denver's offering. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, here we go, guys. I'm pulling the trigger. Hey, what is the chat saying? I'm sorry, chat. I'm not being nice here.
It's saying yes. Denver, yes.
Okay.
Jeremy says yes.
All right. See, you guys are intelligent. Here we go. And I'm intelligent for having you here. Oh, look at this one. I like this. 20 and 121 for 25 and 58. That's a no-brainer. 20 and 242 for 29 and 61. I still like the first one better. I do not like the last one because we're not drafting next year, this year.
Yeah.
No,
I like Houston's one. What say you guys?
Nah.
I don't like it.
Too far back.
It's a
I'm
good
looking
offer.
at Banks and Booker there, and you got to.
I don't want to give up that
No,
second
so
pick.
this is the-
I don't want to. I don't want to give
It's a
up that
good
second
offer,
pick.
but not with the people that I see that's available.
Yeah, I don't want to give up that second pick.
Yeah,
I agree.
What do you
I
mean the
agree.
second pick?
At
That
121.
121. I don't want to
Yeah,
get
but
that
we're
up.
getting 58 out of it. We're getting
58.
25 and 58.
25 and 58.
Yeah, 25 and 58. We're only
Oh,
sliding back
okay.
5 spots. Plus, we go up a whole 60. Help me do the math. 63 for the next one. 63 up, we go up.
Yeah, but at the same time, at this rate, we could end up, our first pick's going to be in the 4th round, and we'll have 200 picks.
Take it down and let's see what players that's available.
Well, our next pick is 39. So we go 20. Here's our pick so far 20, 39, and 41.
No, I'm just trying to see who's available to be
Oh,
picked.
who's available? I'm sorry. Who's available? Here we go. We got Kelvin Banks, Booker, Derek Harmon at 20, Emma Warry at T. Don't feel so bad, guys. Okay. 21, South Carolina. Josh Simmons, Ohio State tackle, 23. Scouton at 25. Guba, they just put Smith out there, Brown. Why do they get fancy, man? Come on. Fancy pants. Why your name got to be all fancy?
With the names I'm hearing, I'm willing to risk it. Let's risk it.
All right, let's risk it for a biscuit. Everybody likes biscuits. Hold on, I didn't hear a consensus here. I thought I heard a gun click.
it's not me.
I thought I heard a lighter.
Oh. What do you guys think?
Me personally, I'd take Banks and then Booker, but I wouldn't take the trade. But I might be the minority there.
No, I think Mr. B might be with you, buddy.
I mean, I got it the other way around. I would take Booker first, but that trade, gee whiz.
Yeah.
25 and 58. We're going up from 121. I mean, that's a huge jump.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, neither one of them guys gonna be there though.
No,
But,
I agree, and that's the only reason
though.
why I'm pausing, dude. I'm seriously, it's a tough one, man. But it is. Look at it again. 20 and 121, 25 and 58. Is there a way to grade this?
That would give you what, 6 or 7 picks in the first 100?
Yeah.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. I don't even care about 121 if I'm getting 58.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but then how big is that gap between 121 and the next pick? Can you scroll down?
But bro,
please?
listen. We got 39, 41, and then 51, and then 58. We'll have 25, 39, 41, 58, and then 72.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be loaded.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to see what the gap was in between, because 72.
Oh, in between the players. In between the players.
50 plays.
You're talking about in between the players, not in between what our picks are, right?
No, I'm talking about in between the picks. Between 72 to 121, that's almost 50 picks right there. So there's going to be a ton of talent that leaves. I was wanting to see between 121. Can you scroll that down a little bit, please, Trex? There we go. 149.
149. So if we lose 121,
Yeah, so there's 28. So you're going from 72 to 149.
Hey, but we top heavy though.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we're top heavy. We're gonna go for 50. Like what? You get more nickels than you do dimes. If you go the other way, if you go your way, you're getting a lot of nickels.
Well, no. What I'm just saying is there's going to be a big gap between 72 to 149.
Well, hold my beer. I'll help you out with that here if we can get there a little further. Let's see what happens.
Well, that's why having a good, strong scouting department is important, because having a bunch of picks is one thing, but making good picks out of those is the key.
Oh,
I think we got some good scouts out in the building. I feel comfortable with you guys, and I feel comfortable with our what are they saying? Let's see what they got to say.
We'll be able to make good picks, but how they play, that ain't on us.
Munoz, yeah, there you go. How about that? I like that one. All right, we're pulling the trigger. Not the trigger that I heard earlier.
Yeah, I know, because that scared me. I'm out in the country now.
All right, here we go. We're accepting. Oh, we're already there. We're not trading with the enemy. No.
Oh, hell no. They're just going to take somebody from Georgia anyway.
No.
All right, here we go. We're rejected. We finally get to pick. Derek Harmon is on the board, guys, at 20.
Who else we got? You see Simmons there?
What's Simmons? We got Kenneth Grant. He's there. We're dropping all the way down into 30s. We're going to have 39 here shortly. Mike Green at 33. Xavier Watts. Fannin. Jaheed Campbell, Alabama. Orte Ursi, Minnesota. Got some good picks coming up there. Murray and Hampton at 39.
Who's at the top?
At the very top, you got Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
And under him is who?
Huh?
Under him is who?
Safety from South Carolina.
Safety, South Carolina.
Yeah. And then Nick Scarton from Texas A&M, edge.
Nolan's a stud there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess Simmons would take Atlantic, Jackson, yeah. What say you guys? I got my thoughts.
I want to read about this guy really quick. 6'5", 310, likes moonlit walks by the beach. Michigan State transfer. Harmon showcases explosive first step and versatile pass rushing skills. 2024 regular season tallied 39 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles for the Ducks. Harmon's impressive performances make him a strong first-round candidate for April's draft.
Hey, as long as he likes sunlight, walks in the backfield, I'm all for him.
I want to look at this Scarton really quick, too. 6'4", 280. Wow. He's a rare blend of technical skill, spin size, and power. Though currently playing too heavy, trimming down should enhance explosiveness as edge rusher. His pass rush moves are polished beyond his years, and his fluidity at 280-pound is striking. With a strong lower half and room to redefine power game, Scarton has the tools to develop into a dominant force.
He had a hell of a
Dennis Allen. That's a Dennis Allen defensive end right there.
He had a hell of a season last year for Purdue.
Oh man, they've got a whole thing on this guy. They're really built like a refrigerator. What's that?
Yeah.
I said they're selling him hard.
Floating chop rip to win outside. Incredibly impressive inside
he got
spin.
Too? Ooh, wee.
Convert speed to power well. Fluidity. Simply outrageous, explosive suddenness. Boys, I don't think we need to go spend a whole lot of money in free agency if we go get this guy.
Sounds like Cam Jordan.
Yeah, they said top 20 draft pick, and we're getting him at 25. What say you? Or Derek Harmon. What about Tyleik Williams? Let's take a look at this guy. 6'3", 327, Ohio State. Powerful and agile defensive tackle, known for disruptive presence along the interior line. Throughout his tenure at Ohio State, he showcased an impressive blend of strength and quickness, enabling him to penetrate offensive side the offensive lines effectively. In his junior year, Williams recorded 53 tackles, 10 for loss, 3 added sacks, highlighted his ability to impact both the run and pass games, and won the wing Eaton contest. However, his tendency to play with a high pad level can occasionally compromise his leverage against blockers. Williams' combination of size, athleticism, and production makes him a formidable defensive line prospect.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm down to Harmon or Stroughton.
yeah,
Okay.
any negative they have, if it's can be fixed by coaching, I kind of take those comments with a grain of salt, because 99.9% of the guys coming from college to pro needs coaching. There's going to be negative.
Yeah, the most impressive thing I hear about Stroughton is that he's a technician, and that's one of the number one things you got to have going to the pro game.
Yeah.
Munoz wants scouting, and Munoz also wants Walter Nolan.
Nolan, you know.
Walter Nolan's
No one's a dog, man.
Maybe you said that earlier.
Well, and that also depends on what you want from your defensive tackle. Do you want a 3-tech or do you want a nose?
Right.
I think Harmon, with the way they talk about Harmon, he can be a pretty good 3-tech. But do we not have our 3-tech already?
Javon
Yeah.
Dexter seemed pretty set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with both defensive tackle spots, what's your backup? We've seen what happened when Bellings went down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
draft the first rounder for to be a backup is not really ideal. So for me, anyway.
Right.
Right.
Let's take Stroughton, man.
Yeah, because can you get an edge at 39 the same way you could get an edge at 25? Or could you
Yeah.
still get an interior defensive lineman at 39, 41, 51, or 58, you know?
You might.
Yeah,
Princely
I
and
think
Jack Sawyer probably going
I
to be
think
there.
either Landon Jackson or the other guy from Ole Miss, I can't say
Princely.
his name, but yeah.
Yeah, Princely and Jack Sawyer will probably both be there at 39.
Yeah, I think he'll be there at 39. So, it's up to you guys. Walter Nolan or Harmon. Or
I'd
the
probably go
safety.
Nolan.
Walter Nolan?
Yeah.
You mean Scarton?
No,
Are you
I'd
looking
go.
at-
It's what he said. I'll say out of those two, I'd go Nolan. But
Nolan. Okay, let's talk
Yeah.
about him. 6'3", 293. Walter Nolan is a high upside talent with flashes of dominance, but struggles with consistency. At his best, he's a disruptive force, overwhelming quarterbacks and ball carriers. However, he can also disappear for stretches, for stretches, seemingly reacting to a step too slow. His effort isn't the issue. It's about refining his instincts and processing. If a team can unlock his full potential, Nolan could be a steal in the draft.
Sounds like Tank Johnson to me.
Ooh, Tank Johnson.
Yeah.
Listen.
it sounds like something they had with Tommy Harris, though, too. I know he went early, but, man, they called him lazy and all kinds of stuff.
Let's go with Stroughton, man.
All right.
We drafting starters, right? Yeah.
Yep, starters. We need starters. All right, the Chargers, Superchargers want to trade. Denied. Ooh. Nope, denied. All right, so here's what we got on here. We got Tyleek the Freak Williams, Trey Amos, cornerback, Jack Sawyer, edge, Donovan, edge, Landon Jackson, edge, Deion Walker, defensive tackle at 50. So we're dropping way down to go grab Deion Walker at 50 when we're at 39 yet. We could still pick him up at 41 if we want to. We basically got the next two picks in a row.
I'm not a fan of Deion Walker. That's being a UK fan. I go to UK games all the time. I think he's slow and he gets no push.
Alfred Collins is available
massive,
at freaking 67, guys. The guy that Mr. B was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Let's see what we can get in interior O-line.
Okay,
yeah, I would go
O-line.
O-line.
Let's
You
go.
gotta kinda...
Let's go guard. Oh, Wyatt Millum at 45. That's not that big of a. What's that?
Donovan Jackson for me. But why I
Donovan
mean,
Jackson at
Well,
55.
Zabel was there too.
listen, if we can get both of those guys, I mean, we ain't thinking about
Yeah.
free agent. If we can get Millen and Jackson, man, that'll be crazy.
Well, we could still get Willem or Millum at 41. What are we going to do at 39? Is there a safety available that
What's
you
the
guys
running
like?
back?
Makumba, that's way later down the road. Let's not worry about that. Defensive tackle, Tyleek Williams. Or you guys want to wait for Collins?
Let's see what we're looking at running back.
Running back, okay. Man, my toes are ridiculously froze. Oh, Marion Hampton at 39. There you go, right there. We're at 39 right now.
That's where it is. That's where it is.
I would go offensive tackle and take Zabel.
Ooh, Zabel.
Gray Zabel at 48. Oh, we could still get him.
Yeah, we can still get him, man.
We could still get him, bro. We need that running back, Brian.
This is an absolute stud, man.
Don't forget about Zabel for Brian, though, okay? If we let this slide, remind us, okay? I agree with the Zabel.
He might be there in 2 picks, but I mean, it's what you want to risk.
What's that, buddy?
I said we got 39 and 41, so it's really what you want to risk.
Yeah, I think they're going to go on a what do you call it? A rip on running backs, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the next one after that's Caleb Johnson at 51. So
you gotta go Hampton, man.
Let's go Hampton.
Hampton's on a different level than Caleb.
All right, here we go. 41. What are we looking at? Okay. We're looking at Wyatt Millum, Donovan Jackson. Okay, so Wyatt Millum is the closest. Donovan you can get later at 51 or 58 even. Now we're going to go back to...
I don't think he'll be that 51 or 58, but I'm listening. Come on, let's
Zabel
go.
at 48.
You got to take it, right?
Mr. B, I ain't hear nothing from you. And Mr. Plank, is Mr. Plank still in the building?
Well, me personally,
yeah,
I would, with 41, I would go with Donovan Jackson. And then with 51, I would hope that Zabel was there, because I would rather fix the guard and then fix the center. Again, this all depends on what happens in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Donovan Jackson at 55.
Donovan Jackson is, in my opinion, is the best guard in the draft.
I agree with that.
Okay. So we got time to get him later, though.
Well, you can't just go by what they're ranked.
I can. I've already did about 32 of these things. You've got time.
I mean, we'll see. I don't think he'll be there, but let's go. Who you want to get? Zabel, or you want to look in the safety department, or wide receiver? Where you want to go? Tackle?
I think it's too early for safety. That's 66. We got some time yet.
I think all the high rank was gone though.
Well, we still haven't addressed defensive tackle yet. What do you guys think about this Tyleek Williams?
I like Alfred Collins, but Williams is good too. Where number is Zabel?
What did Brian E want? He wanted
Zabel.
He's offensive
Wyatt
tackle.
Millum, right?
Nah,
Zabel.
Millum's
a hell of a center too, though. I mean, he's probably going to be a center.
I thought
Millum,
yeah, center guard, yeah.
What's the chat saying? What's going on in the chat?
They froze.
Donovan Jackson or Zabel?
Or Zabel, yeah.
Yeah. You can't risk them both.
That's at 55. Zabel's earlier, right? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Let's get Zabel. All right. Man, the Raiders sure do want to trade us, don't they? Jeez. All right, 51. Ooh, Emory Jones is available. All right, so let's see here. What were you guys looking at? You guys wanted to go after
Is Donovan Jackson there? Probably not.
what position?
Guard, interior.
Yep. He already got picked.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah.
What's that? 70? 51.
51.
Who they got as best available?
Man, they got Wyatt Millum too. And Jackson
Yeah.
went at 44.
Yes.
He's been going at about 47 to 50. What did you say?
Who's the best available right now?
You got a tight end at Harold Fannin at Bowling Green. Does Plank want anybody?
I'm good with you guys. You guys know the players. I'm more of a pro guy than a college guy.
Okay.
So you're like Switzerland.
Well,
Neutral.
yeah, when it comes to, I don't know about neutral. I just don't know.
You're the one that keeps clicking the gun trigger.
Yeah.
They got Fanning up high, man. A lot of people talking about him though. I don't see it, but I mean, I respect it. They get paid to do it. Who's on the Fanning?
For all, Jalen Milrow and then Donovan Uridzuragaba, edge. And then Landon Jackson, edge. And so glad I got through that name. Deion Walker, the lazy guy. Caleb Johnson at 51. JT Tuamola, 52.
He's a tackle. Arizona.
What's that?
Oh, that
Ohio
yeah. Jonah.
Oh, that's Ohio State.
Yeah. He's a stud, though, but we don't need
Edge.
that position anymore.
JT's an edge.
Yeah, but didn't we draft an edge?
Yeah, we drafted one
He
first.
just asked who he was,
Oh,
Yeah.
what position.
What's the
And
tackle?
Mason Taylor's going to be a star at tight end, but he's still there, so I don't know what picture we got. It's Jason
Mason
Taylor's
Taylor?
kid. Yeah, it's Jason Taylor's son.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, it's just his son.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe a little too.
Yeah,
maybe
he's
too early.
he's an athletic freak, man. He's going to
Hey,
catch some balls.
If we draft him, we might see his auntie more.
Oh boy.
Just another bonus. Hey, if we can't have the honey bears, we need to have something to look at.
They're coming back, man.
I like Walker, man. I mean, I know he's not the most popular guy from the panel, but
Yeah.
We
I like
definitely need a
Walker.
defensive tackle. I'm not opposed to it.
I mean, he's going to be he's one of them guys. I think he's going to play for 10 years, but I think he's going to bounce around the league. He's just massive. I mean, but he's slow. He's like an unathletic Jalen Carter.
It's a depth piece, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he is depth. I mean, if you're looking for that, he's a space eater. That's for sure.
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, he's
Yeah,
50. and
he's
we're-
not getting any sacks though.
Well, we've had trouble with stopping the run. I'm sure he
Yeah.
can clog a hole or two at 6'7", 3", whatever.
What about Alfred Collins, man?
Yeah, I mean that's who I like, but he's smaller than Walker. He's more productive, but he's smaller. Of course, most houses are smaller.
Yeah. 6'7".
I say Walker. The rest is up to you guys.
I'm indifferent on Walker. This is going to have to come up on Mr. B.
Walker or Collins is fine with me. Got to be able to stop the run.
Well, I mean, it's like this. Is Collins worth dropping 17 spots to go get?
Mm-mm.
Or can we still go get Collins at 58 and get someone else at 51?
That may be the best route to go.
Hey, how about wide receiver?
Yeah,
How
where's the
about-
wideouts at? We need a slot.
How about Andrew Makuba from Texas, safety?
Safety. Yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard of that guy.
6 foot, 195. Started at Clemson.
Yeah, I was going to say he played at Clemson. He's got some wheels.
Can he tackle?
Now that's the thing.
Thrives in zone coverage and brings aggressive, hard-hitting mentality despite his size.
Is he going to have a concussion and miss the rest of the season?
See, it's that despite his size, it's the scary part.
Yeah.
6 foot, 195. I don't think he's that small. 6 foot, 190, 190.
Sounds like he's an in-the-box guy, though. It sounds like it.
He's almost a tweeter between a free safety and a slot corner.
Mm.
I'm not feeling that. Not that analysis anyway. If
Let's look
that's
at
who
wide
he is.
receiver.
Well-rounded defensive back with 943 career reps as a deep safety, 357 snaps in the box, and 697 reps in the slot. Versatility requires intelligence, which he displays in his processing speed coverage. Fluid athlete who changes direction seamlessly in two high shells, capable of covering a good amount of space in a short amount of time, closing in towards sidelines as a deep safety in cover 2 or cover 3, plays with an aggressive edge when he's closing in on the ball coverage, has the agility to work well across body, and accelerates coming out of his breaks, offers good ball tracking skills, showing off the ability to go underneath the deep ball, capable of picking up route concepts and understanding the quarterback's progression, which puts him in a better position to jump routes and make a play on the ball, showcases very good closing speed as a tackler, shooting downhill with ideal explosiveness and longitudinal agility. Weaknesses is a little bit weary and could afford to pack on a little bit more muscle at the NFL level. Struggles with shed blocks as he keeps a higher center of gravity at the point of attack and doesn't have ideal physicality engaging contact.
Next.
All right, I'll read a whole bunch more shit for you on the next guy. What are we looking at?
I don't know what's available at wideout.
I love that.
Let's look at receiver, man.
All right. Wide receiver from Stanford, Elick.
Oh, he's there?
Isaiah Bond from
We need
Texas.
a speed guy.
Hey, Bond is a speedster, boy.
Yeah, he is.
Snagging.
5'11",
Slot all the way.
510 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, we need our Jameson Williams.
Yeah, he's going to run that 4.2, low 4.3s.
I mean, he could either be something good for us or it could be Tyler Scott.
Yeah, the fastest bad guy.
That Stanford receiver's good, man, but I don't know if he'll be able to get some separation in the league. You see Williams from TCU, is he there?
Next one, 6'5", 225. I don't think that's separation.
Nice.
Size guy.
He got some nice speed on him, man.
Kind of like a skinny tight end.
Right.
He got some wheels though, but
I don't see anything in here about his speed at all, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, no, I usually go by NFL Draft Buzz, and
Yeah.
they'll give.
What
the
are they
full-
saying his 40 at's an NFL draft buzz?
Williams, I would have to look that up,
Oh.
and I can. Well,
Oh, okay.
is the guy from
I'm
Iowa
not on
State
there
there?
right now.
Restrepo, a lot of people have been high on this guy.
Yeah, he's a guy that he knows how to get open for sure.
Yeah.
He's a little guy, but he knows how to get. He will remind you of Wes Welker, or I don't think he's as fast as Khalif Raymond, but he's one of those guys
Or Edelman.
Slot over the
Little
middle.
jitterbug.
for sure.
I got that Williams. He 6'5", 225, runs a 4.45.
Wow.
Mm.
Isn't that basically what you call it? Romadunze's speed? About
Yeah,
the
that's
same, right?
With 3
Pretty
more
much.
inches though.
Yeah.
And also something else when you go to NFL Draft Buzz and quarterback or wide receiver, excuse me, it has quarterback win target rating. Anything over 100 is good, and this guy is at 110.7.
Mm.
Williams, Savion Williams?
Yes.
I don't watch a lot of TCU, so I'm sorry I couldn't. But that pick's at 69, so that could wait.
Yeah, he's one of those guys though, for sure.
Who you got at tight end?
6'3", 238, dynamic, explosive tight end who plays with the power and versatility of a Deebo Samuel type weapon. May not fit the mold of his position. He racked up his rocked up frame, sudden burst, and elite contact balance make him a nightmare for defenders.
It kind of sounds like a Ben Johnson guy, though.
Sounds like
Well-
Noah Fant, man.
Take into consideration he plays for Bowling Green. Bowling Green
That's a good
airs
point.
the hell out of it. I mean, that's like that quarterback that we got on the practice squad. He's out of Bowling Green. He put up fantastic numbers, but it's Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adam Shaheen.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was supposed to be baby Gronk, right? He was out of Ashland, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's the highest ranked on the board?
Fannin at 35,
Oh God.
and then Milrow after that.
Yeah, now
Really?
think about that.
I look at
Nero
Bond.
would be-
I think Bond is the way I'd lean.
What's that?
Look at Bond. We need a speed guy bad.
Is that receiver?
Receiver,
Yes, out of Texas.
I'm still on the Walker train, but you guys got it. Yeah,
Still on the what?
Bond can fly, man. Bond can fly, but nah, I still like Walker.
What, defensive tackle?
Yeah, me personally, but
Just put it out there, man. Take Walker. See if we can get them both. Might be able to get Bond at 58.
I'm not excited about 510 yards and 5 touchdowns, guys.
We've got Vizzo asking about guards. Ant Moss is asking about guards.
But yeah, what the guard? I don't think. I think that guard stuff is later now. I think. Check it out.
We got
Hey,
Ratledge
Rat-
from Georgia. I like him. I love him. That's my
That's
guy.
What 71?
And then Fairchild, another Georgia. Six 320, top interior offensive lineman prospect, 2025 draft, projected day 2, known for his strength, powerful blocking, and mobility. Ratledge pairs his starting experience with reliable pass protection and run blocking skills, making him a ready contributor at the next level. That's at 79 though. We got some time.
It's Walker for me.
Go ahead and get him Walker.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get him Walker, he'll get everybody he wants in this draft. He got Scarton, Hampton, and he's
Hey,
getting
listen, I'm
Walker.
just putting
So
names out
hopefully,
there, man. It's up to y'all.
hopefully he'll
at the end
save
of the
something
day.
for us. All right, let's get Walker. All right, now we're at 58 already. How about let's get Collins, man? Let's pull the pin on it.
How many defensive tackles do you want?
I need at least 2 out of this draft, to be honest with you. How many do you?
That's without the free agency?
Yeah, I guess we're cutting the Walker that we already have.
I really think we need. Well, a lot of people want 2 offensive linemen. I think we need 2 defensive linemen also.
Well, you got that with Scroton. Yeah, Scroton.
That's an edge. That don't count. I'm talking about interior.
What picks we got left? The next 2.
58, 72. At some point, I might get a guy that I like. 58, 72, 149, 204, 235, 242.
Take who you want, man.
No, let's see what the chat says. Mr. B shot me down. Vizzo Joe says guard for him. All right, let's take
You're
a look.
the one pushing the buttons. It don't matter what I say.
Oh, apparently I'm not pushing the right ones. So Vizzo Joe wants a guard. You got Ratledge at 79.
That'd be a good one.
That's not bad because you're only dropping 7 spots for that guy. Let's see if he wants Ratledge, or let's see who he likes. Vizzo Joe, is that okay? You like that guy, Vizzo Joe?
That's a good depth piece.
Zabel, he could play guard, freaking center, tackle, all of it.
Yeah, he can play anywhere you want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Munoz wants Rat. Let's see what Vizzo Joe says. Give them what they want.
What?
Oh, hey, I just noticed you can actually see me at the top right. In that little bubble there. Well, maybe just on my screen.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Yeah,
that's
it must
on
be
your
your screen. Yeah.
I don't even see myself.
Exap says we got 20 over there and 12 on YouTube Nation. That's nice. Vizzo is agreeing with Munoz. Yes. Going for the Rat.
Take him.
All right, done deal. All right, the Cowboys want to trade and the
I
Packers.
ain't got no money.
No. 72, guys, 72.
What that wide receiver look like?
Makumba is now looking good. He's still available at 66 for safety. Receivers.
Oh, Mason Taylor's still there.
Williams is still there.
Tez Johnson.
Hey, Royals, dude. That dude's a star.
Yeah.
Jalen Royals, a Utah State.
Yeah.
He is definitely a yak guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some speed too. Shit. Yeah, Royals. He's 6 foot 205, 4.38 speed.
I like that Kyrie Lacey, man, from LSU.
Yeah, he may be in a little trouble, but if he can get out of it,
Yeah. Yeah. See you in about 10 years, pal.
he may not.
5 to 10.
I know some people that kind of be around that LSU situation. They say he may not go to jail.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the first, but
Yeah, they never do.
But he's a heck of a
Mason Taylor's still available, and
I
he's
love
sitting
Mason
at
Taylor. That's where I would go,
68.
honestly.
6'4", 250, football
Yeah.
IQ. I mean, LSU, you can't say the same thing about the Bowling Green guy.
Yeah, he's got the pedigree too, man.
Yeah, that's true.
6'5", 4.4 speed.
He's gonna catch everything you throw at him.
I'm not mad at it. I definitely know we need another tight end. That's for sure.
I was going to say him and Komet would be able to complement each other.
Yeah, Everett ain't gonna stay.
No,
They're gonna release him.
if
That's
they're
more cap
smart.
space. 5 more million.
Yeah.
The next guy is Gunnar Helm from Texas. That's at 88.
Arroyo's pretty good too.
Arroyo from Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arroyo, Gaston,
Hmm.
Syracuse. He's very good too.
Yes.
I
Says
would
that
take
for
Mason Taylor
Arroyo,
first,
his concerns are blocking ability.
Oh yeah, he's like Kelsey. He's gonna lay some people, but he's gonna catch stuff too. Though he's got some speed though.
Yeah, I see that. 251 was speed. I like that, man. I really like that Mason Taylor, though, man.
I love Mason Taylor. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a solid pick if you do.
Mm.
Let's see what the chat says. What's up, Aunt Mass? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Debbie? How you doing, baby? Yep. Nobody's really saying much out there. Hollis Pierce from Rutgers is available. I think that was a
Nice.
guy somebody was talking about earlier. That's a tackle.
Yeah, Hollis is he'd be a steal.
With Scatterbo.
The only guy I want out of the draft at this point is at around 111. Whoa, crap. We don't have 111. Jared Wilson out of Georgia. I love that center, man.
I like that Kyle Williams at Kansas State. He's a late pick, man. Really late.
See what's going on in the chat.
Or Washington State. No, I don't know why I said Kansas.
Who's eating chips?
It's not a.
That's what I was wondering.
Sorry.
I thought something was going to come through my computer.
I like that Sevion Williams now, man. He's kind of grown on me.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
I like that speed. Let's get him.
Yeah, and that size.
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, if nothing else, he's going to be a red zone threat.
You can throw DJ in that slot, man.
Yeah, you'd have what, 1'6'3" guy on one side and a 6'5" guy on the other?
All right. At 149, we got a linebacker available. Tight end Brinkstall from Clemson. More linebacker.
It's your center there?
Safety Malachi Moore from Alabama. Who'd you ask for?
Is your center there?
Is Jake
Hell
Majors
no. He's way gone, dude. He was at 112. We're at 140 right now.
there? Yeah,
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Majors.
There you
Jonah
go.
Monheim is, but I'm not big on him at all. The only thing there's a connection there is Caleb, and that's it. And I'm a USC
Right.
fan. I'm not a big
What number
fan
is
of
Jake
him.
Majors?
What's that?
167.
Jake Majors? He
Mm.
wants
For
to-
center?
What
Yeah.
about the tackle from UConn? Is he gone? He's a mountain.
For UConn.
I don't see the guy.
Might be gone.
You get that other D tackle from Oregon, man. He should probably be there. I don't know if he's that early though. I can't think of his name for some reason.
Only one defensive tackle per draft, buddy. I still think, did we get a safety yet? I think we need a safety, boys.
Yeah.
Honestly. I really do. I like that Malachi Moore, but you guys might know a little bit more about these safeties. I watch some Alabama football, and I like that dude, man. 6
Take him.
foot 201. But he also is like a cover type guy, you know.
Mm. Where's DeRicky Wright? Is he in there for safeties? Even though he may get converted to a linebacker in the NFL, he's a big dude.
I don't see him. Oh, there it is. 267.
Shit, yeah, he's a big guy, but he's
6'3", 214.
Should we be looking at corner? I mean, is Stevenson going to pan out?
yeah.
I'm hoping this new coaching staff could wake him up.
Yeah, he's got talent.
I'm worried about not drafting a safety or getting a free agent and having something go down with you know. We got concussions to worry about, man.
Yeah. Get your safety, man. Take him.
We in
All
seventh
right,
round territory.
204.
What round is this? 7?
6.
6.
204.
Tackle from Florida. Is he there?
Brandon Crenshaw Dixon.
Yeah.
199. 6'7", 313.
I like him.
Okay, Ant Mass and Munoz both said safeties. They like that. Munoz also said take a tight end. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. 204. Okay, so Brandon Crenshaw. Oh, Luke Lakey from Iowa. Tight end is available.
Oh, their tight ends never pan out.
Huh?
I said their tight ends never pan out.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
If I'm serious, I shouldn't be talking
Look
right
at
now.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Dallas Clark.
Right.
Yes.
Well, he was actually a linebacker converted tight end.
George Kittle.
Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Day 3 draft swing, athletic tight end, could contribute as tight end 2 on special teams early in his career. Fluid technical route runner, big bodied. Definitely need a tight end, and they wanted a tight end. We're getting a tight end. There we go. Is that it? Is that the end of it? Nope.
You should have one more.
Yeah, 235. All right, let's go to that tackle. He gone.
Yeah, he ain't there.
Where's my
Gerard.
guy Kyle Williams at? A wide receiver.
Wide receiver?
Yeah. He's probably like 270 something, I imagine.
Did we take a safety?
Oh,
There he
what
is.
about Will Shepard from Colorado? Yeah, we took a safety, bro.
And we got
He's
a
at
tight
280.
end.
Yeah, and we got a tight end. Yep.
Kicker.
But this is the last pick, so shoot.
We can get my guy undrafted, so y'all go ahead and
I
go.
don't think we can go wrong either way.
Dude, this is the guy that he was talking about, Marcus Yarns. 5'10", 189. That's what Jim Miller was talking about. Look him up so you could talk to him, Brian, when you go to the combine, bro. Look at Marcus Yarns from
I'll check him
Delaware.
out.
What position?
Running back.
Who did he say he was like, Darius, you remember?
He said similar to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara. He goes, he's the next Kamara.
Oh, wow.
He said the next Kamara.
A dude from Kansas kind of gave you Kamara vibes too. Devin
really?
Neal.
David Neal, yeah.
Yeah, he's similar to Kamara.
Can I
That
be
kid-
honest with you guys? I
That
got an
kid at
honest question.
Kansas State is good too.
Who's that?
Giddens from Kansas State.
Oh, what position is he?
He's a running back, but
running back.
we were just talking running back. We ain't talking about
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. I say get a
Oh,
tackle.
Gus Hartwig from Purdue, dude. He's got Ken in the Chargers. He was an offensive lineman for the Chargers. Hartwig. I bet you they're related.
Nick Hartwig.
Yeah, Nick. There you go.
Nah, that's it's Hardwick. That's Hardwig.
Really?
But he got pedigree though, because there's a Hardwig in the league. I think he played for Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What the tackle look like?
What kind of tackle?
Old tackle.
Okay, about to say. You got Gerard Christian hyphenated Lichtinainen, Oregon State. 6'8", 328. Sound like tractor trailer. Caleb Rogers, 6'4", 313. They're not really going to give me any details about these guys. You'd have to know them exclusively. Drew Shelton, Penn State. Do you know any of these guys, Darius?
What is that? The tackle
J.C. Davis?
The tackle from Kansas there.
Bryce Kabul?
Nah.
Kabul?
Nah, he's
Hey,
probably gone, though.
I want to say just a little bit what I'm reading about that Marcus Yarns
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this information from NFL Draft Buzz. So if anybody wants to check out, make sure that I'm reading correctly and I'm not full of crap.
We trust you.
It says while his frame suggests a change of pace back, Yarns' production tells a different story. His career average per carry was 6.4 yards per carry with 34 touchdowns. Now this is career, and he caught 64 catches for 812 yards. So he's definitely a back to a dual threat.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be mad at getting a guy this late. I mean, we need more than one freaking running back.
Exactly.
Either him or the tackle. I mean, for me anyway. So y'all do what you want to do, but I'll take the
Marcus
tackle.
Yarns is off the board. We still got another pick. Holy crap, guys. Let's go get the freaking tackle so I can unfreeze my toes and get some sleep.
He probably gone. He's still there?
What, my toes or the tackle?
Yes.
What do you want, brother? What was the name? I'm sorry.
The guy from Oregon State. At the top, the tackle.
Oh, at the top. Yeah, he's there. Hyphenated.
Yeah.
6'8", 328. You like them tall mofos, bro.
God. His name's going to go all the way around his jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's call him GCL.
I want help from the chat to donate to get electric socks for tracks.
Electric socks. Bruh. By the time they get here, it'll be summer, okay? So
Yeah.
Nick Scorton is who we got at the top. Omarion Hampton. Guys, let me just say one thing. I want to be perfectly transparent, aside from my toes. I'm not excited about Scorton. That's how much of a team player I am in this thing, just so you guys know. But I'm taking the word for it. I'm more excited about Marcus Yarns than I am Scorton. How messed up is that, guys? I don't even know what's going on here. I am very excited about Zabel, and I'm excited about Tate Rutledge only because I've watched Georgia at nauseum because they are like the new, like, you know, well, not new, but you guys know where I'm going with this. They're the team, you know. They're like NFL University, or, you know, if that makes any sense. But I've heard a lot of good. What's that, brother?
Assembly line.
Yeah, assembly line. There you go. Thank you. And Omarion Hampton, I've just heard so much about him, especially from Darius. I'm excited for Darius. Deion Walker, I was excited about until this is just the recap with tracks. Deion Walker, I was excited until I heard from Brian, and he is a Kentucky fan. Dude lives in Kentucky. I mean, he knows what he's talking about, right? So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that school's an hour and a half away from me.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm been a UK fan my whole life. I wanted to
right.
love him, but he's very unimpressive, to say the
It's
least.
That's not me.
it's crazy how the national
Yeah,
media turns a
yeah,
guy one way, but then local,
yeah.
it's like you see something different. And I'm not saying I believe I believe Brian, and it's just weird,
Mhm.
So, anyways,
Well, now with that, did he face a lot of double or triple teams?
I mean, he's going to, but he won't move forward. He's slow. Even when he's freed up, he's not going to get there. I don't understand how he was compared to Jalen Carter. Everybody's excited, coming in, and he
mhm.
just never got any better. He came in that size as a freshman, and he's just been underwhelming. I
So
mean,
he
yeah,
plays in mud.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Gotcha.
His last year tape was a lot better than this season.
When you
yeah.
look at him, when you look at him, guys, it does not look like he spends much time in the weight room at all. He just looks like natural big guy.
No, he's slow. He's going to run terrible at the combine.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
absolutely terrible.
Oh my god.
You don't think he can be a value in stopping the run?
I mean, they're not going to get past him. I mean, as long as they don't.
Yeah, that's my thinking. If he can occupy two or three guys, so everybody else can,
Yeah,
rush, then yeah, that's not a bad pick.
not at all. Especially where you got him at.
Second round, yeah. All right, so Savion Williams. I'm actually surprised. I'm sneaky, surprised at myself for getting excited about this guy. I know nothing about TCU and Savion Blanc Williams, but I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Sounds exciting. Sounds like he's way too fast to be 6'5". That's really cool. I like that. Is there
Yeah.
another guy out there that's 6'5" that's that fast in the NFL?
Well, Randy
Oh,
Moss was.
what was that kid last year, or the year before, out of Florida State? Johnny Walker or something like that?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, wasn't he like 6'7"?
Yeah, but he wasn't a speedster though.
Yeah,
Johnny
he wasn't
Wilson.
that fast.
Johnny Wilson.
Wilson, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's great, man. I'm excited. Malachi Moore, safety. Luke Lakey. I'm actually more excited about. Listen, for me, if we have to use Malachi Moore, that's our safety pin. You know what I mean? Like we actually went out and got a dude. So that's why I look at him. I'm actually more excited about Luke Lakey. Does he have a relative that was a linebacker from Carolina Panthers?
That was good. You talking about Keekly?
Yeah, that's what Luke.
Oh yeah, he's spelling his name wrong then. Okay, Marcus Yarns, dude. I'm excited about that dude. And then this hyphenated dude from Oregon State. Go Beavers. Corvallis, Oregon, baby.
Yeah, who don't like beavers?
All right. So where's that chip eater at? What's he doing over there?
Oh, we're back on.
Yeah,
We're back on.
I was finally looking down.
All right,
It's
I
guys.
wasn't eating chips, but I was
it's
still
like
thinking
when the
about
news, they got the reporter out in the field, and then they go back to the studio.
not ready for it. Yeah.
True Speak says had to pop in a sec 2K for home opener for Biscuit. Gonna be 5K now.
That's what I was reading.
Huh.
Reading, huh? That's some crunchy paper you had there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, man, that was hey, do you guys see this? Whenever somebody talks, it lights up. That circle at the top right lights up.
What circle?
Yeah, I
Yep,
don't
there it
see
goes.
a
It just lit up.
That must be for you. I don't see one either.
It just
It
lit
must
up for.
it just must mean a podcast creator got their wings.
Oh, that was fun, guys. Had a great time. Thank you, Vizzo Joe.
Joe, peace to you,
Keep
brother.
warm over there for me, buddy. Last time I was there was when my mom passed away in 09. I haven't been back yet, so hopefully you're good. I don't even know what the weather's like right now. It's been so long, man. But anyways, guys, nice show. You guys did a great job. Thanks for rounding it out. It was a good draft, and we covered a lot of ground tonight, man. 2.5 hours. It felt like it was not as long. We stayed busy, boys. You guys got any closing pleasantries? Anything you guys want to say?
I just want to thank everybody for stopping by, sharing your time with us. And D Nice, it was nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Blank, good
Bye.
to see you again. And Trax, I guess it was all right.
Whatever. I feel like somebody dropped off the. Yeah, where'd Brian go? We couldn't even say
That's
goodbye
what I
to.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went like a fart in the wind.
Mr. LB disappeared, man.
Yeah. Oh well. Maybe he said something in the.
I think once we got Walker, it disappointed him.
He said his phone died.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
My
as long
ex
as
used
it's
to
just
say
his
that a
phone.
lot.
Yeah.
My ex used to say that a lot, so I understand. Anyways, yeah, man. Good job, guys. That was awesome. It was fun. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, great working with you guys, man. It's always fun.
You as well, be nice.
Talking football with good people. Shout out
Yep.
to the chat. Shout out to the guys and girls that hung out with us all night tonight, past everybody's bedtime.
Plank, what do you got back there? Is that Caleb in the background?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's awesome, buddy.
Shout out to Brian LB.
Yep.
LB.
Man, you nailed it right out the gate, dude.
Because we listen.
Yeah. I don't know if you listen. You're hey, you want to talk about lighting up. You should see how much you've been lit up the whole show, man. It's just been like this the whole time. Bling, 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 bling. Look like a disco ball over there.
You should blame Bishop. He's the one that suggested for me to come on.
Oh, he's grayed out. Let's see. Where's he at?
Be on with Bishop tomorrow.
Yeah, he's on with Bish tomorrow, man. There we go.
Hey, here I am. Sorry, y'all. My phone died right in the middle of that. And I logged back on. I got grayed out. It wouldn't let me back in for some reason.
Salute, brother. Pleasure working with you tonight, man.
Oh, definitely. Same to you, man. Y'all.
Is that your Trubisky jersey you got back there still?
Oh yeah. That thing ain't going nowhere. It's signed. Let me see if I can get the angle on there. Yeah,
That's
I got
awesome.
these things too. So yeah.
That's why that's why they got duct tape you could put over the Trubisky part.
Yeah. There's Cairo Santos. He's about the only guy left.
Santos?
Yeah, there's Santos. There's DeMarcus Walker. That's Trenton Gill.
Yeah.
This is like
last year.
Yeah, I went to the that was it might have been last year. Yeah, I went to the joint practice in Indianapolis. It was either last year or the year before. It was the year before because Trenton Gill was there.
Brian, did you see Cairo Santos Ford Raptor?
I didn't know.
He come out of that white Ford Raptor when I interviewed him, and he looked like Ford or Lord Farquaad from freaking Shrek, dude. The steps come down. I thought he was a big old dude. I'm like, this is a pretty big kicker as he's coming out, and he comes down. It's like ding, 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 ding. I'm like,
oh yeah, he was
hey,
tiny.
How you doing, buddy?
That's a little guy, man.
That was a nice vehicle. I bet you that vehicle's probably worth over $100,000, man.
Yeah. It didn't help. He was walking around the stadium, the whole stadium, with Trenton Gill, who was like 6'4". I was like, man, this guy, Santos is tiny.
That's how it be like, though, man. I tell you what, I'd be hanging out with Mr. B if we were walking around instead of all you guys. It'd be like, Why is the shortest guy with the biggest guy? It happens all the time, man.
Right.
Bodyguard.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah.
got to protect tracks.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm getting beat up that day for sure. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for everything. I appreciate you guys. Chi-Town up, Bear Down. Thank you guys so much, chat. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Appreciate your guys' view. We're trying to get that 3,000 mark. We're trying to give away a jersey of your choice. And make sure you share this video. And like I said earlier, Darius is going to be on. And it's going to be awesome, man. They're going to have a great show. There's a couple really big ticket items to talk about, Darius. You guys are going to have a freaking awesome show, man.
Hey, man, I'm ready for it. Let's do it again tomorrow.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Good
All
luck.
righty.
What is this, like your second? This is your second show, so tomorrow will be your third this week, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, take care.
All right.
Bear down.